Tougher than a Teflon. All the dope I stepped on. Real, get the rush gone. Been that nigga, what else you want? Power, powder, respect. I want that money and power and power. Money and powder and power. Money and powder and power.
That paper, yeah, I gotta stack that. Them diamonds keep blinking, we might have to jack that. Now boy, when that blicky come out, you get clapbacks. Draw down with a little joint, I'm at you like pat. Come back when them candles out round your block and kick that. Come back when your funeral in progress and hit that. Hit your back to back, your bitch ass won't even hit back. Yeah, we splashing in fashion. Nigga, you could drip the drip, catch you slipping, we sliding. Your niggas on some different shit, we hit the lick, we with the shit. Shh. When you get hit, quiet down. No need for the talking. The fuck is that about?
Tougher than a Teflon. All the dope I stepped on. Real, get the rush gone. Been that nigga, what else you want? Power, powder, respect. I want that money and power and power. Money and powder and power. Money and powder and power.
What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast, where we talk the latest in wrestling, brought to you by Dope Content and MT Darkness on Twitch and YouTube. Follow both if you're not following already. Know the gang in the building. Rob, what's good? To the people that's coming in, Rob just came in with a sub. I appreciate you, bruh. 17 months in a row. Yeah, Rob, we've been back. We've been gone, what, 2 weeks? We took 2 weeks off?
It's been a while, yeah, man.
Yeah, so just hey man, it's life been hidden. We've been busy. I wanted Dart to enjoy the Super Bowl, you know, as much as I enjoyed it. You
man.
know, I wanted him to enjoy the Super Bowl. I didn't want him to miss anything. I didn't want him to, miss anything in the Super Bowl. I wanted him to be right there and to see his Eagles lose, and I wanted him to be focused. I didn't want him to be like watching and trying to do the. I had to say something. It's been a while. I ain't get to say nothing to you. What up, Don?
Oh, Don, how you doing? That was a very great. That was a terrible game. That was a terrible call at the end. I don't care what. I don't care what anybody said. That was trash.
Triple H couldn't write a better script, or Tony Khan. That was perfect, buddy. That was perfect.
Horrible. Pat Mahomes is a bum. Kansas are bums.
They champs though.
Terrible day. It was a terrible day.
It was a perfect day. You ain't like Rihanna, none of that. You ain't like nothing, huh?
The Rihanna thing, I was gonna judge her at first. I wanted to even say I was just like, she looks pregnant, but I thought that would be too rude. And then I found out that I was right in thinking that.
That's what we all thought. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
A lot of
people were staying on it.
I mean, he ain't wasting no time. As soon as she's ready, oh, you healed up? All right, let's go again. Let's go again. You're not finna go nowhere. You're a billionaire too, and you Rihanna? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm here for life. That's at least for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
He say the Kansas City Thieves, boy. Hey, call it what you want. Dynamite J was good. Rob,
that's what it is.
Me. Yeah, okay, Rob. Whatever you say, Rob. Whatever makes you feel better, my guy. Yeah. I don't even feel like going there with y'all, Rob. All the capping that you do. But we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Dark's page. We're live on my page. We're live on dopecontent.com. And I believe we are also live on Twitter. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to come back in and check the show. He said, what is that Opus thing? That is a new software that hopefully we will be bringing soon, because they actually hit me up. That is a new software company that they're not out yet, but they hit me up to actually get on there.
Shout outs to Dope for making moves in the background.
Yeah. They actually hit me up to test their software out, and they're actually gonna offer, to pay me for it. So, and it's dope. I showed Dark that we was messing around with it before we got on Melon.
It's tight. It's good. It's nice.
Yeah, I think they got Melon beat, honestly.
Yeah.
Only reason we didn't get on today is because I'm still trying to learn the perks of it and all that, and it doesn't allow to go to Twitch right now. And I know how y'all are, the following for the wrestling stuff. Y'all Twitch heavy, so that's the reason we didn't use it. So we did like a little mini test run that was supposed to be private, but YouTube decided to display one. So yeah, whatever.
High score. How you doing, man?
Yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, before we get into wrestling, I just want to say now I have to he said looking like the Mighty Morphin. Okay. Trust me, Rob, it's a lot that you ain't seen. And when we pull it out, you will be like, oh, this is legit. I'm telling you. So
it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
So making jokes now, but when we switch, it's gonna be legit. And y'all gonna love it. Trust me, the chat is gonna love it. So, and it's a lot of things y'all could do. Watching XFL, yes. We're doing a Budget Cup podcast right now, but I do have the XFL on the screen. We'll talk about that on a sports podcast. Before we get into it, man, how's your day going?
It's going all right. It was a little hectic last night. I told you about that. That's all for off stream. But yeah, today's been going all right. I've been very, been taking it easy. Slept until 1 o'clock. I decided to have a very relaxing day. I haven't done that in a long, long time. So yeah, I was tired. So I've just been taking it easy, been chill. What about you?
I've been chilling, man. I've been running around like crazy. I did a special podcast recording last night. Hopefully that will be on YouTube this week. And then just between that and running around with work and gigs and birthdays in the family and all that, it's just been a crazy weekend. WWE fan, so what, bro? I watched the game. You ain't got to announce it to me. You starting to act like Cade and get the tables chatting. I know what happened. Trust me, I'm keeping up. Rob, you don't want that smoke. Hey, you don't want that smoke, Rob.
Hey, I appreciate all the love, everybody. It's been a past couple of tough couple of weeks.
Boy.
Hey, this is what I need. Dope. I need all this love. I appreciate y'all. Hey, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I won't ever forget this time. I won't ever forget.
Yeah, you got to show the man love after his Eagles lose, man. This is, Eagles fans, they need all. They was flipping cars over before the Super Bowl.
Before
it's like, what, fam? It ain't even started yet, and y'all flipping cars over. Like, no, this is guys saying, nah, y'all don't need to win at all. Then you booed Dak Prescott for winning Man of the Year award. Like, what's wrong with you? Y'all just knew that Dak was gonna walk out with a trophy, and y'all wasn't that day, so y'all just booed Dak, huh? Dak left Arizona with a trophy. Eagles didn't, so that makes it even funnier. So perfect. It was perfect.
Should have been the MVP. Hurt should have been the MVP. Crazy.
Hey, like
crazy,
I said,
crazy.
Whoever wrote that script did a perfect job. That's exactly how I wanted it to be. I wanted Hurst to ball out, but I wanted him to lose. So that was perfect for me. Listen, what's good, my guy?
Terrible. Listen, what's up, man? How you doing?
I don't need no company for nothing. Because guess what? We beat the Eagles every year. We beat them every year. So you can talk all you want. Who is your team, Dunn? Please put your team in the comment section so I can fire your ass up real quick. I got something for any team. They got something to say that's not named the Pittsburgh Steelers and New England Patriots. Them the only two teams I don't have that much to say about. Everybody else, I will fire you up.
I'll say that a bunch of people here in Maine, I was surprised to find out that they were all cheering for the Eagles in the Super Bowl, because we beat the Patriots ass in the Super Bowl a few years ago, but they were they don't want the Chiefs to win either. Apparently, a lot of people that are Patriots fans aren't fans of the Chiefs. I found out.
Oh yeah, they hate Chiefs, and they don't want Pat Mahomes to be better than their GOAT Brady. So he's on his way. He keep it up. He's only been starting 5 years, and he's already been to 5 straight AFC Championship games and 3 Super Bowls. Like, hey, that man is on his way.
Chiefs are turning into a dynasty. That's for real.
Yeah,
That's where we're watching that happen before our eyes. That is for sure.
So you doing all this other talking done, but you still ain't put your team in there. So that's what I'm waiting on. But we got a strong week of wrestling. I guess Dunn ain't gonna put his team in here. I want to start off by saying I'm changing some of my answers from choosing from the last time that we did. I'm ashamed of myself. I picked Topanga over Mara from Family Matters, and I've been watching Family Matters a lot lately on replay.
Now you switching up.
Yeah, and it's Black History Month. I gotta go with Mara. Come on, man. We gotta stop playing here. Yeah, Mara takes the win for that. And then I picked vocal wise, I picked Keisha Cole over Mary J. Blige.
Who did I pick? Did I pick Mary because you picked Keisha?
Yeah,
okay.
You picked Mary. We both struggled on that one. And then I heard like 2 Mary songs recently, and I was like, oh no, Keisha can't do those runs. Let me go back. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna change that to Mary. So I just want to start the show off by, now he talking about XFL. Man, get out of here. Get out of here.
Mary accepts your apology. So
hey,
super. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming through. Budget Cut Sundays. We said, where the fuck have I been, bro? I was streaming yesterday. And that's when I found out that the unfortunate news that Mr. Super Cool Todd has been taking over my Discord page with a bunch of the problem's been taken care of, ladies and gentlemen. There's no more scandalous women running around my Discord anymore. But
Discord is getting out of hand. Have you seen Facebook stories lately?
No.
Dude, it's OnlyFans. Like, it's free OnlyFans. Like, and I'm like, okay, bro. This between this and Twitter, it's everywhere now. Like, I'm scared to open my Twitter in public. And I'm not even following these people. It's just because people I do follow like the stuff. So it shows up as like they tweeted it.
Yeah.
I can't even open I can't open Twitter in public. Nope. If I'm on a plane, nope. I just won't be on Twitter. Like, yeah, look, see, Dynamite, you knew Dynamite J was gonna know about it. He searched for him. Yeah, he searched for him. So since it's been a while, I know there's some things we didn't get to talk about. Do you want to start with like the chamber? You want to start with Mercedes, Monet?
We can quickly go through Battle in the Valley and then talk about Mercedes. I would say the only 3 matches to talk about from Battle in the Valley were Jay White and Eddie Kingston. This was the loser leaves New Japan. So Jay White had previously lost a loser leaves Japan match against Hikuleo. So he's not allowed to go back to Japan. So he decided to make this match against Eddie Kingston, a loser leaves New Japan match. And if Eddie Kingston lost, then he would need permission from Jay White in order to work New Japan ever again. And this was a really, really good match. And Jay White took like 3 Hurricanes and 2 Emerald Flosions before getting pinned by Eddie Kingston. And right at the end, when Jay White was about to give like a babyface speech to the crowd, as his like go home speech or whatever, after leaving New Japan, he was nailed in the back of the head by who was it? David Finlay. And David Finlay cut a heel promo. Saying that no matter where he goes, he's always an outsider, and that he's going to take over New Japan, and that Jay White wasted his time while he's been here. So, Mercedes, Monet, and Kyrie, did you see that match?
I did. I saw it like 2 days afterwards, but I did see it. Yep.
Mercedes, Monet, and Kyrie was really, really good. Mercedes came out in gear that was a tribute to Hana Kimura, which right off the bat, I fucking loved that. I thought that was really, really dope. They had a really, really good match. There was a lot of good spots. They mentioned how Mercedes has been training in a lucha libre style since leaving WWE and her time in between. There was a spot near the end of the match where she got thrown through a table by Kairi. The ending sequence was I think Mercedes went off the top rope for a frog splash, and Kairi got her knees up. So Kairi goes for the insane elbow, but then Mercedes gets her feet up and blocks the elbow, and then she properly hits the Gory Bomb DDT on Kairi after like reversing a pin bridge attempt by Kairi to get the IWGP Women's Championship. And 2 matches have already been announced for Mercedes in the future. Azume mentioned at a recent press conference that Mercedes called her out after Wrestle Kingdom, and she said she accepts her challenge. So she's going to fight Azume. I can't remember what the date was, but she's going to fight Azume, and then Mayu Iwatani also was challenged for this bout as well. And I think that's going to be happening at their Climax show in September, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, those are 2 really big matches back to back for Mercedes. And Azume is going to be a huge test for her. If you've never seen Azume wrestle, she is an incredibly quick wrestler. She is very, very, very speedy. So seeing her go against Mercedes is going to be interesting. And that, I think, that might be her first match in Japan. So that'll be interesting. Okay. So if not that one, then definitely her match with Mayu. But I'm excited to see that match. So what did you think of the match?
The Mercedes, you know what? I saw some people say it was like the greatest women's match of all time already. You said
the greatest women's match of all time?
I've seen people say that on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Like we gotta think about that one. But it was a good match. They didn't botch the finish this time. Like they made sure to hit it correctly. And I'm just happy Mercedes won, even though I love Kairi as well. I'm just happy it happened because I called it in November. So I'm just happy it happened. I was just happy to see him. You know, Mercedes coming out, idiot WWE homers. It's like, oh, Mercedes left WrestleMania to go to this venue and for this. Like, what? Like, why are you worried about what she's doing? Just Elimination Chamber was the same night. Just watch that and go to sleep when it's done. Why you worried about what Mercedes doing? You know, mind your business. If you don't want to watch New Japan, why you watching it? So
simple as that. Simple as that.
But that's typical Twitter. But it was a good show.
Said David Finley. Super said David Finley's the next top Gaijin. Best match of all time. You said you think that Beth and Rhea can put on a better match. It's all opinion, like Dope was saying. But
Beth and Rhea cannot put on.
Yeah, I would have personally said that match that Mercedes and Kairi had was better. But yeah, I thought we'll talk about that match next. But yeah, I had some opinions about that mixed tag match. But the main event of Battle in the Valley was what is it called? Tanahashi and Okada, and that match was good. But Kairi and Mercedes stole the show. They had a better match than Okada and Tanahashi, which is saying a lot. For me, part of it is also that I've seen Tanahashi and Okada have matches like a lot. These guys have had maybe over 10 matches in their entire career. So a part of that does play in a fact for me. But this match between Kairi and Mercedes was also really, really good. And it should have headlined, honestly. This card was announced after Wrestle Kingdom. No, it was announced before Wrestle Kingdom, and it immediately sold out once Mercedes Kairi was added to the show. So
money. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, no, but yeah, the great showing for her, and I really like the tribute that she had for Hana Kimura. I thought that was really heartfelt. Everybody knows how I feel about that, so I thought that was really, really cool. So, and it also was cool because Hana was a big fan of Sasha when she was in WWE. So her mother actually posted something about that after seeing the show. So I loved all of it. But we can talk about Elimination Chamber now if you want to go switch topics to that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just ask you your thoughts and what match stood out for you. Because you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, and because it's gonna lead into Monday Night Raw too, something happened that's gonna make me mad. Because we saw the fallout for it, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is. But we'll get your thoughts on Elimination Chamber first. What did you think about it?
I thought that the women's chamber match was all right, and like I thought it really picked up at the end.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I thought it was kind of getting off to a slow start, but then at the end it got pretty good. The Lashley Lesnar match I thought was kind of corny. I thought that was a really hokey way of ending match by disqualification, bro. I was just like, if that's the case, why even have this match here? The mixed tag match, Beth Phoenix and Rhea, I thought that their chemistry was kind of weird. And I don't know if it was because Beth was, I don't know, a little flustered or something like that, but it kind of felt to me like it took a while before they kind of actually got going a little bit.
Yeah.
But
a little
the
rusty.
match, yeah, a little bit. But the match itself was all right. The men's chamber match was insane. And I thought, like, big shout outs to Ford, Bronson Reed, and Johnny Gargano. I thought that those three had a really good spotlight put on them. And especially Bronson Reed, who, since coming there, Bronson Reed has just been kind of falling flat in every single aspect. Dead crowd reactions, all that stuff. Here in Montreal, they gave him, like, a big reaction, and he was doing real well. And Gargano was insane in this match as well. And Ford with that giant freaking splash from the top of the cage, that was nuts. And the main event was insane. The fact that there was 5 minutes of just nothing but cheering before the match even started was crazy. I would have gave Sammy a championship at the end of that. That was my only thing. I don't know how you go. I think that was a missed opportunity, because even at the end of the match, people weren't mad or anything. It was just like a depressing, deflating feel. You know what I mean? It was just like you saw all of that, all these near falls, and then Roman still wins. And I wouldn't even equate it to what happened with Drew at Clash at the Castle. I feel like this is worse. Like, at least there, I didn't. At least Solo came in, and I thought, I was like, oh, okay. I thought that was a creative way to bring in Solo and to have Roman go over. I wasn't upset at that. This was just like, this just kind of just
heartbreak.
Yeah, bro. Like, I was like, Sammy could have won this, man. And even with Kevin coming out at the end, it didn't really do much for me, you know. And Sammy kind of expressed that back there too. He seemed pretty depressed after losing that match. So,
yeah. I mean, WWE hates Canada. I say this all the time. Like, they literally hate Canada because they turned around and put Edge versus Theory back to back in Canada. What up, Get the Tables? Shout out to Get the Tables. Make sure you follow Get the Tables as well. I put a link in the chat if y'all want to join the show. Feel free to come in. But yeah, because the following Monday they put Edge in a U.S. title match and he lost because Edge got jumped by Finn, which I'm like, dude, when are they gonna end this between Judgment Day and Edge? Like, we need them to move on now. Like, Judgment Day is so much better than, you know, doing the same thing with Edge for a year straight. Like, I get it, Edge is Edge, but we've seen everything we can see from it, in my opinion. What else is there to do? We've seen the mixed tag, we've seen him versus Finn, we've seen him versus Priest. Only
gotta get Ray back in. Gotta get Ray back in it. That's it.
That's the only thing you can do.
Yep, that's it.
And I just disclaimer, Miss Dope brought some type of chocolate alcoholic drink.
Oh, she's trying to mess you up. And
when she makes stuff, it's super strong. I took a sip and I was like, oh, why you talking? So this will depend on how the show goes. So
Get the Tables, though. You could have given him at least you don't have to give him the Universal title, because the Universal title is the one that has the big reign on it. Could have given him at least the WWE title. And I know the argument for that would be like, well, that's the title that what's his name wanted. Cody won.
Cody wanted the WWE title.
I mean, still, like, oh man, like, I feel like this is a much bigger story and a much bigger moment that you could have had going into Mania with Zayn having a title going into that show or something, because that was just that was deflating. But
I just laughed. I mean, we all knew Sammy wasn't gonna win, but I just want them to hook me, and they did. They had me in tune in that match. I was excited to see it. The fact that they just stood there for 5 minutes and the crowd just went crazy. I mean, it doesn't get no better than that atmosphere. And this is gonna lead to my choosing. When we do choosing, I'm gonna have some of this stuff in here. So I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil my answer for the choosing segment that we do later on. He said, what do you do with the Usos? What do you do with Roman after?
Roman still fights Cody, but
yeah, he still got Cody.
With the Usos, that would be a better question. The Usos would probably, you could put the Usos against yeah, you could put the Usos against well, because yeah, you could put the Usos at the time. What's his name? Sheamus and Drew didn't have any programs. You could have put them up against the Banger Bros.
They could have. See, I ain't even had to drink on that. Let me just put that down. We're not even gonna do that tonight. Let's see. See, here we go. Let's get into Monday Night Raw, and we'll talk about what happened there. I'll give you a quick rundown. Oh, I forgot to give you the rest of my opinion on Elimination Chamber. My bad. So, pretty good show. I'm just mad that Brock and Bobby ended the way it did, and seeing the follow-up that we saw on Monday. And I didn't like that at all. I didn't understand it. It was stupid. And I'm like, you can't just end this feud like this, but it looked like that's what they're doing. If you see on the screen at the bottom, we got Brock versus Omos ? Too much blood in AEW ? Has Soraya's run in AEW been a disappointment so far ? So these are the type of things we're going to be talking about tonight. What will Jey Uso do next ? These are the headlines. So a headline I forgot to pick was Bobby and Bray, because that seems to be what's going to happen, because Bray did call out the winner of Bobby and Brock, and technically Bobby won. So it looks like Bray and Bobby are going to do their thing at WrestleMania. And let's just skip ahead to Raw. Omos just randomly brought his big ass out with MVP and calls out Brock Lesnar. Brock is set to respond tomorrow night. What are your thoughts on that? And why is this happening? And does it happen?
That's the question. I don't think that it should happen. I don't think, because right now the only other thing I can see is that there's some type of four-way happening with like the monsters. You remember how we had that what was it, a triple threat with Lesnar, Strowman, and
Kane?
Yeah.
Kane.
I can see them trying to do something like that at Mania, but that's the only reason. But that would kind of screw things up, because aren't they trying to make the Hurt Business come back together? So why would they want Omos and Lashley in the same match on opposite ends? You know what I mean?
Dude,
I don't know. This is just weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't make sense of it.
Yeah, so it's been rumors that certain superstars are starting to think that Vince McMahon is low-key behind creative again. And when I first saw that, I was like, man, ain't no way this is happening right now. And then Omos called out Brock Lesnar. What has Omos done to get him a Brock Lesnar match? His last big thing was against Bobby Lashley last year at WrestleMania, and he lost that. Bobby beat him. Like,
but then the confusing thing is that Lashley's also calling out Lesnar and Bray Wyatt.
And Bray is just, I don't know. I don't even know. Bray is calling out Brock or Bobby or both. I don't know what the deal is with Bray. He's coming out this new black mask that we saw Friday. So I don't know if that's going to be his character for Mania or what. It's a lot going on. All I know is I don't want to see Brock versus Omos. I'm sorry. I don't want to see it. It doesn't make sense for it to happen. Omos hasn't done anything. He's barely been on TV to begin with. And then last time he had a big feud, he was losing to Bobby. And it's the same Bobby that was going at it with Brock. Well, Brock has to low blow him to cheat to win.
If you think about it, three of the people in this match are barely on this, are barely wrestling. Lesnar barely shows up. Bray Wyatt's only had one match in 8 months that he's been back. And Omos, when was the last match he was in? The Royal Rumble? And before that, I don't know what TV match he would have had. So Lashley's the only one that's consistently wrestling on a weekly basis.
Whatever match Lashley's in, he should be the winner at WrestleMania. 'Cause if it's out of these three, yeah, he should be the winner.
Yeah, I agree.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe Lesnar wants to face Omos. Why though? Why? Like, just because Brock wants to do it don't mean it makes sense. Like, he got to make sense for the fans to get invested. He said, but F that match. That pissed me off. Because I'm like, okay, when Brock got disqualified at Chamber, I was like, okay, this is going to lead up to a final match at WrestleMania. And I was cool with that. Because I was like, they got to have a finish to this. Because there's too many, low blows. There's too many, Brock won this match barely, but Bobby Lashley still had him locked in a hurt lock. And then, it's just too much of that going on. So I'm like, okay, they got to have a finish between these two giants at WrestleMania, and they finally get one clear winner. And then here comes Omos, and then here comes Bray, and it's like it's gonna be Bray versus Bobby, Omos versus Brock, and I'm like, you can't just leave us with a cliffhanger like that and don't finish the story. Like, that just don't make sense. And if you was gonna do that, you should have had a clean winner at Elimination Chamber, and then we move on. But, hey, I'm not in creative. I don't know nothing. So just get into it. Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn came out. What did you think about the crowd Monday?
I thought they were good. I thought they were all right. I thought they were all right in spots.
Because Ottawa is really like the worst fan base in Canada when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
And it showed to me, like, it really showed to me, because it was just, it's not that they're like bad, it's like they're more respectful of the show. So instead of like cheering and chanting when they see somebody grab the mic, they just say, oh yeah, he got the mic, let's sit down. Versus Toronto and Montreal, where they just gonna chant. Like, we gonna chant, but they didn't do that Monday in Ottawa. So Sami Zayn comes out, basically calls Kevin Owens out, saying, I want you to help me take out the bloodline. We should do it together. Kevin Owens like, man, I didn't come out there to Elimination Chamber for you. I did it for your family and my family, because my family watched me get the hell behind me at Royal Rumble, which he did, and your family was about to see the same, and I didn't want your family to see that. So I came out for your wife and the kids, right? Long story short, Kevin Owens refused to work with Sami. He didn't forgive him, and they're not just gonna move on and be all buddy. He said, I was done with you, and I meant that. And I like this. This is real life stuff here. You're not gonna just be friends with somebody that you've been fighting with for months just because of one little thing. So yeah, I like that. Sami trying to recruit KO walks off. So, and then Sami gets into it with Baron Corbin. That leads to a match where, Sami got attacked by Baron Corbin, which led to a match where Sami Zayn defeated Baron Corbin. Did we talk about the JBL killing him and they burying that whole little storyline and theme with JBL and Baron Corbin a couple weeks ago? I think we did. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad that they got rid of that, but they need to figure out what to do with Corbin. Mustafa Ali. Hey, Mustafa Ali had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie. He got into it with Dolph Ziggler backstage on the internet, I guess you want to call it. What is it? I forgot. What is it called? The social media. No, but what did WWE call it?
Universe?
No. Exclusive or something. Some type of exclusive, whatever they call it. So they get into it on the internet, exclusive, and then it plays out into the ring. So Ali has been coming at Dolph, just, you getting all these opportunities and I'm not doing this and doing that. And Dolph's telling him to change his attitude. So Ali was like, "Oh, I should smile more and just be happy to be here, man. That'll give me some wins." So he's now trolling Dolph. He's coming out smiling. He's shaking hands. He's like, "Look, Dolph, I'm smiling. I'm smiling." Dolph. He's jumping around, acting like Bo Dallas, basically. Smiling and cheating. "Look, Dolph, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I have a smile on my face." And he ended up winning. And now his whole thing is, "See, I smiled. That means that's why I won. I won because I'm smiling." So,
oh my God.
And then he goes backstage. He records another digital exclusive of him dancing and smiling because he's like, "Yeah, I won because I smiled." Like, so Mustafa Ali is funny, man. I like what he's doing. Anytime he's making the best of it. Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman go at it. Paul Heyman is with a neck brace backstage. He got the championships on. He interrupts Cody Rhodes. I personally feel like this promo was the worst out of all of them that they've done so far. It felt forced. It felt like Paul Heyman was just trying his hardest just to get a punchline in. And then this when he got to the whole, Roman Reigns is a happily married man. Cody, if you win the titles, you ain't got to worry about him. But I'm not married. I keep your wife warm. And I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Well, whatever." But it took so long to get to that point. And Paul was telling this story, and he's like counting down all these days and stuff. I'm like, bro, can we just get there? What you think about that promo?
I thought it was just more of the same stuff that they said in that one-on-one promo from the week prior. So I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I do agree that this was the weakest one. That I agree that this was probably the weakest one of the three, or of the two that they've had so far. So I don't know. I think pretty soon you're gonna have Roman and Cody be doing something, because this is starting to get a little stale between just Paul Heyman and Cody. I feel like you've gone through as much as you can with the two of them.
He said cheating on Kayla is crazy. What, man? But yeah, Lizzie, we not gonna go there. Paul a player like that. But yeah, I didn't like the promo. I like the fact that Cody did say, don't send this man no more. Like, it's time for us to go face to face. So I do like that part of it. So maybe the next time we see Cody in the ring, it will be face to face with Roman. We'll see. Asuka defeated Nikki Cross by submission, and then there's a backstage segment with Candice LeRae. Nikki Cross walks by. Candice LeRae stops her. It's like, "You've been following me for months. What's the deal?" And Nikki whispered something to her. Nobody knew what she said, so they were like, "Hey, what did she say?" She's like, "I don't have no friends. I lost everybody. Everybody's gone. I'm alone." So what does this mean for Nikki Cross?
I love how she immediately snitched. Like, she shared something so intimate
so personal
with her, and she immediately just told the world. She's like, "Yeah, she said she's lonely. She had no friends." I'm like, damn, Candice, that didn't take no time. I'm like, wow, somebody's gonna just tell you something like that. I would never go to Candice for nothing.
Bruh. Yeah, she did just put out there like that. WWE fans said sanity return. Where's Eric Young right now? He's still in Impact, right?
I think.
I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know if he's in Impact.
Huh. Because I haven't seen him in a while now that I asked about this. So I'm like, wait a minute. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Asuka, since she's come back with the face paint, supposedly supposed to be like Connor, what have you thought about her return as Asuka? She is the number one contender now since she won the Elimination Chambers. I appreciate that. He's in Ring of Honor. Who, Eric Young? I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen none of that. What are you talking about?
Hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor doesn't start until Thursday. What you talking about, Rob? What the?
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about, Rob?
Oh, Nate talking about he lied. Like, okay, I'm about to say that would make sense.
Bro, this man over here.
Right. Just this is why I don't deal with Rob. Yeah.
Rob. Good Lord.
But yeah, what's your thoughts about the new Asuka?
Dunk, how you doing? I like this Asuka. It's bringing back like the crazy clown character. I thought this was dope. I don't know. I like she kind of wrestles a little bit the same, but with a little more aggressive side. But I like it. I think she needs to beat Bianca. I think Bianca's had enough time with this title. And I like Bianca as a champion, but I think that we need somebody. We need a fresh new champion. We need a reset with a lot of these belts. So,
hey, Bianca's gonna keep dressing like she dressing. She can keep that title as long as she wanted. That's all I'm gonna say. But she out here going crazy with these outfits lately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We
I don't know what she on
last week,
bruh. I don't know what she on, but yeah, she going crazy.
Super. Yeah, Ring of Honor is gonna be dropping their first episode this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to get Honor Club.
He said his Oscar is refreshing. I'm up and down with this Oscar, right? I'm glad she's winning again and she's like number one contender and all that. But I still want her to be like more badass Oscar. I still feel like if she comes with this face paint, at least be the NXT Oscar. I don't even feel like she's that. Like she had a match with what's her name? What's Zack Ryder's wife?
Chelsea Green.
She had a match with Chelsea Green, and it was just like a regular match. Like Oscar was taking all these bumps, and I'm like, nah, you're supposed to be like badass, especially when Chelsea's playing the character that she's playing right now. I just want you to dominate her. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a back and forth match like it was, but hey, it is what it is. She's number one contender. I would take it, and most likely she will get the win. Bianca's had that title for a while, so she's been doing, and she's ran through everybody there is to run through. So it's time to give her a little break, unless they bring in some new women for her, which I don't see happening right now. So yeah, so it's time for Oscar to do her thing. Seth Rollins defeated The Miz by referee stoppage. Kept stomping his head to the ground. This is after The Miz and Maurice was backstage celebrating their anniversary. Maurice is bad. And Maurice gave Miz some type of gold envelope. Miz was so excited about it. And he was saying, oh, you'll get to find out what it is next week. So we'll find out tomorrow night what it is. Becky Lynch and Lita invaded the Ding Dong Hello segment. And I thought this was going to lead to a WrestleMania match between the two teams, considering Dakota Kai's been walking with a crutch for the last 3 weeks. And I mean, whatever, but this match is happening tomorrow, which makes me think that it's going to be a title change. And what's going to happen is it's going to be Lita and Becky Lynch defending their titles against Ronda and Shayna Baszler at Mania.
I was thinking there was going to be a triple threat for the titles.
That would be better.
I think that might happen. I think that still might happen. I think they might have the match, and I think it might get interrupted next week.
I don't know, man. Damage Control hasn't been great. I think they're going to lose.
What's up for Bayley? What's she doing?
That's what I don't like about it. Like, I don't know. There's nothing for Bayley to do. And what I feel like is going to happen is if Damage Control does lose, that's going to have Bayley. Maybe they put Bayley on there by doing a Ding Dong Hello segment at WrestleMania. And then somebody comes out and attack her. Either somebody returning or a legend. That's what I feel like is going to happen with Bayley. So they have nothing for her right now. Which is just crazy. You don't have nothing for Bayley. Like, okay, all right. And then they just punked out Damage Control, dude. You snatched the titles away from them, and they did nothing. And then you threw the titles back at them, and they fell over the chair like the titles are like 50 pounds each. Like,
isn't this Damage Control's first title defense? They probably
maybe they third,
before, right? Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. They haven't done anything. What the hell is Bliss? Who knows? Honestly, they started the whole Bray Wyatt thing.
Bray again. She can't get her mind right, man.
Like, and look, they just ended that after like they got her doing the Bray Wyatt stuff, and they just went away. They won't even talk about Alexa Bliss no more with Bray Wyatt.
See, I be telling you guys, Bray Wyatt, this shit is just weird as hell, bro. I be trying to tell y'all. I put you on game a long time ago. This Bray Wyatt shit, I'm telling y'all.
Like, why did you start it and then just stop it? At least give us a payoff, some type of payoff. I don't care if it's good or bad. Give us a payoff. Don't just stop it. Like, whatever, man. Like, I'm starting to feel like
I appreciate you, bro.
I'm starting to feel like Vince low-key is taking back creative backstage right now.
He might be, man. He honestly might be.
They was on the hot streak, and then after Chamber, it's just, all right, it's mine, pal. It's WrestleMania season. Ha ha, give me the shit. This is what I feel like happened. He's like, I'll let you have it to Elimination Chamber. Now it's Mania season. I'm gonna take over. That's what I'm feeling like is happening. Bronson Reed defeated Chad Gable. I mean, we've seen this so many times. Bobby Lashley just destroyed Elias. I don't know what they're doing with Elias. They brought that character back for nothing. Austin Theory defeated Edge to retain the United States Championship thanks to Finn Balor, which we talked about. And that's, I mean, so what's next for Edge and Judgment Day? We kind of talked about it. I guess it's the Rey Mysterio thing.
Yeah, that's it. I think something to do with Rey, Edge, maybe Santos. I guess that's kind of weird that he's they're faces now, I guess. So.
Oh, hold on. Let me find the tables comment. Bayley gets involved and we see Damage Control do double duty at Mania, tag titles against Rousey and Shayna, and one night with Mid Lynch, Lita and Trish. Oh, okay. 6-woman match. All right. I don't think that's happening. He said, bro, Ray is soft. Ray will whoop your ass, Rob. You better start talking about Rey Mysterio. They kick you right in your kneecap. You go far, then there's gonna be a boot right to the face.
I did want to say before we move on with the Sami Zayn stuff, I would say, so I was disappointed with the results at the show. I was expecting Sami not to win, but I think in the moment I really did want him to take at least one. I did want him to take some title home. I thought it could have been a good moment.
Not in Canada.
I will say that this little story that they've got going on, that they're doing a really good job with that, and that he needs to headline him and the Usos with Owens. They need to headline night one going into Mania. That tag match needs to be the main event for night one of Mania, because right now this is the most captivating storyline that they've got going on right now, next to Roman and Cody. So, but that segment at the beginning of Raw was really, really dope. So,
all right, well, there it is. Raw. It was an alright show. I didn't really care for it too much. It was decent. Let me say that. It was decent. I agree with you, dog, but you can't have Roman lose at Elimination Chamber. It got to happen at the big stage. Says get the tables. Once again, if you're not following Get the Tables, make sure you do so ASAP. One of the dope streamers in here on the Twitch community, in the wrestling community. So make sure you follow them. They go live for watch alongs every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and pay-per-view. So Cody losing at Mania is locked, says Rob. Okay. I don't see that happening. I think it's time for Roman to take a vacation. I will be shocked. All right, Get the Tables. Nice. I will be shocked if Roman I wouldn't.
All right, Get the Tables.
If Roman does beat Cody, I wouldn't be shocked, actually. I take that back, and we might get into that later. Sammy needs to pull a DB. Yeah, the company ain't gonna let that happen. So let's get to NXT. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Dunk said, I feel weird saying this, but I'm actually more invested in the top stuff in WWE more than AEW nowadays. AEW has cooler matches, but they're slipping in their build-ups. I actually had this conversation with somebody the other day, Dunk, and I agree. The Bloodline stuff has been more captivating than a lot of stuff, than a lot of the stories going into AEW's Revolution, for example, which is closer. And I would say the build-up for that show has been very minimal, besides the main event going into it. So,
Dunk, you mean to tell me you don't like watching Moxley bleed every single week, Dunk? That's not captivating for you, my guy. But we'll get into that. Let's get into NXT. Dragunov defeated Trick Williams in a pretty solid match. The crowd starts singing a church hymn of Trick is gonna beat that ass during the match. Trick he's getting the fans behind him. But he lost, so it doesn't matter. The Dyad defeated Chase U in a tag match, and Duke Hudson is starting to get frustrated with Chase U. He's starting to get tired of what's the little girl name? What's the girl name? Ava, right?
Yes.
No, it's Ava, the Rock's daughter.
Ava's the Rock daughter.
Hey, what's the
Which girl are we talking about?
The Chase U girl, the young girl.
God, I forgot what her name is.
I cannot think of her name right now. But anyway, Duke Hudson is starting to get frustrated with her. Thea Hale, okay. Because
thank you, Dan. Yes.
Yeah, he's tired of her losing. He's tired of her losing her matches, and he's tired of her being the reason they lose their matches. So he's starting to get frustrated. So that's something to look out for. Gigi Dolan returns and attacks JC after her match with Indy Hartwell. Gigi trying to get her revenge for that kick heard around the world when she got kicked on that Hello Ding Dong show with her head being right there by the door and just bow. Jason didn't pull back at all, but Gigi is now coming back for revenge. Gallus defeated Malik Blake and Idris Anofe in a tag match. The NXT tag champs, Gallus, by the way. Tony D'Angelo defeated Von Wagner in a match I don't know if people cared about at all. And Von Wagner is getting into it with Rob Stone because Rob Stone is frustrated with him. It was like, you got to help me help you. You got to show me who you are, the real you, and all that. So, whatever that means. But Rob is frustrated with Von Wagner, and Von Wagner has been on a losing streak. Alba Fire defeated Avi Nile in the match. Braun Breaker in the main event defeated Jinder Mahal in the NXT Championship match. And that is NXT. Any thoughts?
Not really. Yeah, I thought the coolest part about NXT this week was the end of NXT when
Grayson
Waller came in with that remote trick. I thought that was really dope. I thought that was really funny.
You know where they got that from, right?
I saw it on She-Hulk. I don't know if you saw that, but
they copied that damn Tubi commercial from the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. I saw an episode. What is it called? There was an episode of She-Hulk, which is a terrible show on Disney Plus. To anybody that's listening, but they did the exact same thing on the last episode. She paused the show and then went to Disney Plus while Disney Plus was playing. It was very trippy. So that's exactly what that reminded me of. I just saw them go to the WWE Network. I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
What you think about Fallon Henry apologizing to Brooks Jensen and Kiana James for ruining their Valentine's Day?
It's a shame that it came to that.
They're champs.
It was just her brother, man. She should have known.
Or
she
was
jumped
it?
to conclusion.
Or was it?
Oh, you right. Wow.
Or was it? Dun, dun, dun. Find out on next week on NXT.
Oh my god.
And then you had Miko and Roxanne Perez doing this crazy training that they did. Well, of course, Roxy was the only one that could keep up with Miko. And Miko's like, this is just a warm-up. And we got a match in 2 weeks. So I don't know why they training together when they got a match in 2 weeks, but whatever.
What the hell's the point?
Wow. Let me see what else happened backstage. Tyler Bate came out, did a weird promo. It was weird. The time wasn't right. He was waiting on Schism to come out. He was waiting on their music to hit, so he started repeating himself over and over, and he kept looking at the stage waiting to be interrupted. The music came late. It was just weird. The crowd wasn't feeling him. They wasn't feeling the promo. Let me say that. They wasn't feeling the promo, what he was saying. It just didn't make sense. Zoe Stark says she's the final boss in NXT Women's Division. Tiffany Stratton doesn't care about Nikki Lyons being hurt. Carmelo Hayes wants Tyler Bate to know his place and basically telling him, I am next in line. So you get behind me for the NXT title. Wesley is issuing another North American Open title challenge. I'm sorry. North American title Open challenge. I said that all wrong. Blame the alcohol on that one. And yeah, and then we talked about Grayson Waller hijacking NXT, copying the Tubi commercial that went viral on the Super Bowl. He said, "How dare she say that about Thicky Lines?" What up, King? And yeah, so that's NXT for you. You got anything? Anything else after that? Okay, well,
There you go.
yeah, it was a very mesh this week, really in general. Maybe outside of SmackDown and maybe Rampage, was pretty mad. But let's get into AEW Dynamite. It is all yours, Dark. And if you want to join the show, I will put the link in the chat. I can't wait to play with Grayson Waller on 2K though. I ain't gonna lie.
That rolling, they put his rolling stunner in the game. That looked fucking dope as hell.
And his entrance was dope as hell in the game too. So yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat if you want to join us. Here you go. But yeah, it's all yours, man.
Okay, match start. We're in Phoenix, Arizona this week. Dynamite starts off with Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta for the All Atlantic Championship. Former best friends start off with some chain wrestling. At one point, Yuta is on the outside of the ring when Claudio Castagnoli comes out, smacks Yuta in the face, tells him none of that grappling shit. You need to go in there and beat his ass. So then that's when things start to really ramp up. These guys get down to like the final couple minutes of the match, and that's when you see things really, really start to heat up as well. You see, what's his name? Cassidy catch Wheeler Yuta with the beach break. Then you see him hit him with a orange punch for a near fall that everybody bid on. The crowd went nuts for that. And then when Wheeler Yuta is just on his knees, you see Orange Cassidy hit a giant orange punch that, oh my God, just killed Wheeler Yuta for the 3 count, which I thought was a fantastic match. This was easily the best match on the card for that night. This was a really, really good match. I loved it. After this, Cassidy's looking to get a hug from Wheeler Yuta, and Wheeler Yuta looks like he's thinking about it, but then Castagnoli comes back out like an angry dad, and so Wheeler Yuta just backs up and goes back to the entrance ramp. Renee is backstage with Evil Uno and Hangman Page. Page says he begged the Dark Order to stop, but Uno's had enough and wants Page to stay in the back because Page thinks the Dark Order can't handle it and isn't on their level. Ricky Starks comes out and says that he has an open contract for anybody at Revolution since Chris Jericho has tried everything in his power to stop the match from happening. So Chris Jericho comes out and says he knows Stark wants the rematch, but he can't have it. So good luck with his open challenge. Peter Avalon comes out and he's there to accept a contract just to get on a pay-per-view, which I was like, well, good for you. You understand the mission. He gets laid out with the Judas effect. Jericho goes to the ring and talks to Starks and reminds him that he used to be, Starks reminds him that he used to be the legend, the inaugural champion. He beat 2 guys, and we know who we're talking about in one night. And he did all of that before he had a crew, before JAS. And Starks thinks that he could beat him one-on-one, but maybe he can't. And Jericho says that he could beat him if he wanted to. So Jericho says that he'll sign the contract, and he lifts the pen up like he's about to do the list and signs the contract. And he also signs that JAS is barred from ringside. We'll see what happens there. Stark looks at the camera like he's Jim Halpert from The Office, and then he just kind of pulls like a head nod, like, yeah, I did that shit. After this, we've got the Acclaim versus the Firm. The Acclaim win. They get a win going into Revolution. Tony Schiavone comes out with Christian Cage to the stage a week after pepper spraying Jungle Boy. Christian says he can't even make it to the ramp, though, as Jungle Boy always jumps him. That's when Jungle Boy grabs a pair of chairs and gives him a one-man concerto. or goes to give him a one-man concerto. Jungle Boy raises the chair, but is thinking better of it. He can't do it, so Christian low blows him. Christian wraps the chair around the back of Jungle Boy and beats him on the head with the chair like a dozen times. Christian gets the better of Jungle Boy. Joe comes out after this in response to Wardlow and says that Wardlow made a mistake coming back, getting ready for their match at Revolution. Soraya had a match against Sky Blue. That's all I'm going to say it was. She won. After the match, Soraya and Toni Storm were about to spray paint Sky Blue when Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker come out and stop it. They start spray painting some person's sign. They go up the ramp. Ruby Soho comes out.
Yeah.
Next segment.
Hold on. I'm out.
All right.
So, did you notice that Aubrey immediately rang the bell, even though the Scotch, whatever her name was, she wasn't submitting yet? She was shaking her head no.
Okay.
Did you notice that?
I noticed it.
And did you notice that the spray paint can was make the sign actually look better, and it was empty?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just do better, man. We'll get it. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll talk about Soraya afterwards. But good Lord. Okay. So I'd say another highlight of the show right here. Danielson comes out, gets a little hometown pop. Says that MJF hates Bryan Danielson, and that MJF is the one that made Danielson go through hoops, put a bounty on his head, did all this stuff, and it's all because he hates him. MJF comes out. MJF says that that's gotten thrown away, or MJF is the guy that's gotten thrown away by anyone he ever opens up to. He said he met a girl finally, got down on one knee, wanted to start a family, and she left him. So the crowd starts chanting, "You deserve it." MJF says he's unlovable, and the only thing he has in life is the Triple B. He said that title is the only thing stopping MJF from grabbing a fistful of pills and calling it a day. But everybody loves Bryan Danielson. Danielson has a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, and he takes it all for granted. MJF hates Danielson because Danielson has had more head trauma than anyone in the business, and he's still in MJF's sport. Every time Danielson steps a foot in the ring, he's saying wrestling is more important than his wife and children. Danielson is no better than the worthless drug-addicted mentor William Regal, who MJF had sent to a hospital. MJF is going to punish Danielson for trying to take away the one thing that MJF has in his life. And he's going to punish Danielson, but now, MJF says, but now I want to talk to your children. Danielson warns him, and he says, don't bring my children into this, or I'm going to kick the shit out of you. MJF looks at Danielson, and then he looks straight into the camera, and he says, Dada will never be able to play with you guys again. Uncle Max is going to take his fist and hit Dada in the head with it over and over again, and then he's going to give him a present. Early onset CT, but he gets blasted before he can finish his sentence. Danielson and MJF are fighting in the middle of the ring. Security comes out. They're still fighting. Referees come out. They're still fighting. They are pulling each other's shirts, tearing each other apart. MJF gets to the outside. Danielson goes on a full-on sprint and nails him with an elbow to the head and lays him the fuck out. MJF is knocked the hell out on the outside. And yeah, then we just go to commercial. This was insane.
Well, I was laughing. That shit was funny to me. I was like, yo, he wasn't playing, bruh.
Oh, man.
That forearm was crazy.
Yeah. After this, we had the Revolution Tag Team Battle Royale. A lot of good tag teams in here. Unfortunately, Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett won. I was really pulling for Aussie Open. That didn't happen. So far we have 3 teams going into this this 4-way. We've got the Acclaimed, the Gun Club as the champions, and now Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Tony Khan's big announcement. TBS is getting a new show. AEW All Access. And Adam Cole is going to be on the first episode, and his return will be the same night that it's premiering. There you go.
It wasn't even Tony Khan's announcement because he didn't even say it.
You know, that was Main event. John Moxley versus Evil Uno. This was a pretty short but graphic match.
It's a
I was
Moxley
very
match.
Huh?
It's a Moxley match.
I was surprised. I'll tell you why I was surprised. Because I was watching this match. There was blood. But it was from Evil Uno. Moxley did not bleed in this match. Moxley, actually, the entire match did not bleed. He killed Evil Uno. Good Lord, did he kill Evil Uno. By the end of this match, Evil Uno was bleeding like buckets out of his head. He had him in the Bulldog choke, and he was squirting blood out of the open spot in his mask, and it looked brutal. But Moxley got the win, and Moxley finished an entire match on Dynamite without a cut on his head. Then the aftermatch shit happened. And
okay. Yeah, there you go.
Then the aftermatch shit happened. The rest of the Dark Order come out. They're going after Moxley. The rest of the what is it called? The Combat Club come out.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Order's outnumbered, so Hangman Page comes out. He's going at Moxley. He has a what is it? What did he have on his hand?
Was it
barbed wire? He had barbed wire wrapped around his head, and he was beating the hell out of Moxley. And just like that, Moxley started bleeding. So made it throughout the entire match, not the whole show.
A legit reason to bleed this time.
There was an asterisk.
A legit reason to bleed this time.
Moxley was in the ring. Moxley was beat all around the ring. He gets back in, doesn't know where he is. He's about to eat a buckshot lariat, and then he just rolls right out onto the ramp, and he's just disoriented, doesn't know what's happening. And that's how Dynamite goes off. So, dope thoughts on Dynamite this week?
Pretty much the same thoughts I had about Raw. It was, it had like a good moments here and there, but overall, it was just meh to me. It was very meh to me. I like the fact that they were back in a bigger arena. And they were in a bigger, town like Arizona. I love the fact Danielson just completely clocked the hell out of MJF. Like he legit nailed him. Just had me laughing, and I replayed it for like at least 10 times while he was on commercials. I was like, "Yo, he hit his ass for real." Evil Uno, I kind of knew how the match was going to go as far as them have Evil Uno look good. Because Evil Uno can wrestle, but him in the main event, and against Mox, when Mox is shooting for his 100th win, the first person to ever get 100 wins in AEW, the outcome of this match. So, really the question was, is Mox going to bleed tonight? Which surprisingly, he didn't bleed during the match, but of course he had to bleed before the show go off. He's going to bleed, and the blood would have meant a lot more when Paige busted him open if he didn't bleed the 2 weeks beforehand for nothing. Like now, okay, you lead up to the match, Mox gets hit, barbed wire, Paige busted his man open. If we never seen Mox bleed the week before that and the week before that, we wouldn't be like, oh, Paige is not playing. He busted Mox open. Mox got a real problem on his hand. But it's just like, okay, Mox bleeding again, so what? Who cares? He got hit with a barbed wire, so what? He bleeds every week. So it took away Paige like legit is about to whoop his ass. That's the feel it took away from me because I see Mox bleed every week. So Saraya, what grade would you give Saraya her AEW run so far?
D, straight up D.
Damn.
I'm not giving her an F because there's room for improvement. So and I'm not giving her a D+ because she hasn't deserved that. So it's not been good. Her match quality has been terrible. Her promos have been mid as hell. So,
and now she's dragging.
And
Tony
now she's
Storm
bringing down Tony Storm. Exactly. So that's why she gets a D. Exactly.
I'm trying to think of any positives.
You said worst AEW signing ever. Dunk says.
Damn.
Wow. It has not been positive. It's not been that great.
You think it's worse than Big Show and all that? Big Show who plans on coming back in March.
At least Big Show has been serving a purpose. He's been actually doing all right on commentary on these elevation shows. He's not terrible. He's pretty funny to listen to sometimes. Him and Mark Henry both. Like they both serve a purpose. What is Saraya done? What's a positive thing that she's done?
she had a good reaction, I guess, that one time when she first came out. That's about it. Until she yelled, "This is my house," and everybody like, "Hold on, pump the brakes." She immediately messed up when she did that. Get a table said F. Big Show needs to sit his ass down. Talking about he coming back in the ring and he ain't got no cartilage and none of that in his knees. Like, what? Why? Sit down, bro. Nobody want to see the Big Show wrestle, man. Like, stop this. Rocky Winters saying AEW. Oh, okay. You're adding on to your first comment. I was about to say, hold on now. So yeah, I guess I gotta agree. It's a D minus.
You gave her a B minus?
D.
Oh God, I was about to. That was like,
Nah.
damn.
No. D. Yes, D.
Okay.
So,
oh shit.
this is why the boss in AEW didn't listen. I'm sorry, in WWE didn't listen to her ideas. Like, people talk about, oh, we get creative freedom. Swear was just recently talking about creative freedom and how he's free to do all the things that he's doing now in AEW. But I'm like, that shit ain't really working for me either. What Swerve is doing right now, I'm not feeling that. With this random ass group that he got going on and keep leading age 20 years. he come back all gray and bald. It's just like, what is happening right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a good and bad thing about giving people creative freedom, and we're seeing the bad when it comes to Saraya and Bray Wyatt and Swerve. Like, everybody like, oh, we free to do this just because they're dope talents, and you know, we like them. It doesn't mean that all their ideas are going to be great and it's going to work. We're seeing it now. Again, I just named 3: Saraya, Swerve, and Bray Wyatt. As much as we love Bray Wyatt, as much as everybody loves Saraya, we love her. And then Swerve. That shit ain't working, bro. So, like, WWE has the system going for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Get the table, say he go hop on. I mean, come on. We here. Yeah, you come on with it now, because I have nothing else really to say until we go to SmackDown. But is it too much blood in AEW? I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter. A lot of people are bleeding. People are saying it's meaningless. And then you got the other defenders saying, well, you loved it when it happened in the 90s, you know, with ECW and all that. So why is it a problem now?
I don't know. I just think that question, it just goes to preference. Like, cause I'm okay with blood in my wrestling in general. Like, you know, I watch GCW shows and all that stuff. Well, GCW is a whole different monster altogether. But
those are specials too.
Yeah, but I don't mind seeing just like some blood here and there in my wrestling. I see stuff like that a lot of the places that I watch anyway. So sometimes it enhances a match. And in Moxley's case, he just likes to go crazy. That's just kind of his stable now. Before he got into WWE, that was his thing. That was what he was doing all the time in CZW and all these other promotions. So this is just like, that's the type of thing that he loves to do. He just blades all the time. So,
do you think the problem is that is Mox doing it all the time instead of just like more people?
Well, who else in AEW have you seen just blade so much? And if you like any other person's match other than Moxley, can you name any other person that's doing it on a weekly basis?
Has bled a couple of times.
Who?
Danielson.
I'm saying on a weekly basis, though. Danielson had like a bunch of matches in succession, and he wasn't bleeding nonstop. His chest is getting smacked to shit, but he's not bleeding like every week. The only time he bled within the past couple of weeks during his match was the last match that he had. That made sense because he had 5 grueling matches, and in the final match, that's when he was taken to his limit, and that's when MJF came in and really tried to take advantage of that too. That was the only time we saw Danielson bleed.
I'm trying to remember. I think Hangman got a few matches.
You said blood is fine, but better when it's an exclamation point. That I can agree with that. Yeah. You said if Saraya bled, would people love it? No. you said no. They chant she deserves it. Damn, Dan.
Yeah.
Sandman used to bleed on the way to the ring. Well, Sandman, he was something else. He was crazy.
And ECW was different. And you talking again, you can't compare the 90s. ECW wasn't allowed on TV either. That's why. Like ECW failed because they couldn't get on TV. They couldn't keep a TV deal because of the blood. You know what I'm saying? So we got Get the Tables joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Get the Tables in the building. He's coming in to talk about AEW. I don't know where you want to start, so I'm gonna just let you have the floor. Your thoughts on AEW.
Well, first off, yes, there's too much damn bleeding in AEW. It's gotten to the point to where it's pointless. And Moxley bleeds enough for the whole damn roster. We don't even need anybody else to bleed on that damn show. It's ridiculous. Second off, the build to the pay-per-view has been absolutely awful. AEW runs a pay-per-view every 2 to 3 months, and this is the build we get for their pay-per-view, which is next weekend. It's absolutely trash.
Damn,
Uno, no disrespect to Evil Uno.
No, it's next week, yeah.
But when you have a pay-per-view 2 weeks away,
This week.
how the hell are you gonna have Evil Uno main event against Moxley? I understand the situation at hand where Hangman has a relationship with the Dark Order, but that was again pointless. Last 2 Dynamites have been trash. The card has been trash. And you got a pay-per-view in 2 weeks. What is going on? What the hell is going on with AEW? Especially when their pay-per-view is coming up very, very soon. We're getting zero builds with any of these damn of these matches. What's the feud with the Elite and what's the Alakai's name? The group again. I always
House of
forget
Black.
that. House of Black. What's the feud going on there? Other than that, House of Black won the titles. There's no feud. There's no backstory. What's the feud with Hayter, Page, and Ruby Riott? Where Ruby Riott stands? Is she a good guy or a bad guy? Like,
is she WWE or is she AEW?
Yeah, I mean, you got
NWO women.
Hayter and I'm sorry, Soraya or Paige, whatever you want to call her, and Tony Storm spray painting people like they're the NWO and shit. What is going on?
Yeah, this is the female NWO right here.
You got Wardlow and Joe a week away. They do the little sit down interview with Wardlow, and he's got this nice little backstory talking about his father and doing all this. And what do they do the following week? Absolutely nothing. What are they doing with the Gun Club and the Acclaimed? A feud that has gone on for too long. No disrespect to the Gun Club, because I think they're very talented. But, I mean, this has been going on for almost 3 months. And now we're going to get Jarrett and Lethal in the match? I mean, get the fuck out of here. What is, like, I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative, but AEW has really pissed the bed with this pay-per-view coming up. And we got to pay for this damn thing. It's not like it's $9.99 on the Peacock. This is like $60. And not only that, hold on, we got an Iron Man match on AEW Revolution, don't we? Plus, we got 10 other matches on top of that. You ready for a 5.5 hour show?
This is the one thing that I disagree with you on. They have actually only promoted 7 matches, including the Iron Man match.
But we still got a week left, Dark.
Hey, you know how they do.
No. I've been saying since the beginning of the show that because so what? Dunk said it earlier, and I agreed. I've been saying, I was talking to other people too. Like that, there's not the good matches thing. The build up for this pay per view hasn't been great.
Because you're more the positive guy for AEW, and that's why I came on here, because I try to be not biased I try to have a fair point or a fair opinion with AEW. But when they're not doing well, I mean, you gotta at least come. I'm not saying that you don't do that, but I mean, just they have not been great. They have not been great at all.
No,
the last couple of weeks.
Well, I still enjoy the show, but I've admitted that this build up to Revolution hasn't been great. I was talking to Max offline. I was saying that the Bloodline stuff is more captivating than the stuff that's happening on AEW. I'll admit that. I'm not gonna.
So you're honestly sitting here right now and telling me that you enjoyed Dynamite this past week.
I did. I like the because I like the segment between Danielson and MJF.
Okay, that was good. I'll give you that.
I liked the main event, and I liked the what is it called? The opener. I thought those 3 things were very, very.
The opener
strong.
Was what again? What was the opener?
Orange
again?
Cassidy and.
Okay, I agree with you on that. That was a good match.
Those
Orange
were the
Cassidy.
I thought those three things made the show pretty strong. I would say in comparison to past AEWs, This was definitely not as big as the other ones. Because keep in mind, these other, like, not last week's show even, but the week prior, like, we've had a bunch of really, really, really good shows, like, right after another with really, really, really hot crowds. So,
I agree with you.
These last two Dynamites have definitely been not as hot as the ones that we've had. So,
but can you at least admit to me this, that AEW, mostly Tony Khan, that is, has no... I think his perspective of a pay-per-view is, let's just throw on great matches with no backstories, no story.
No backstory or no what?
There's
No storyline.
No feuds. Other than this, okay, we got Bryan and MJF. There's heat. I agree. Great build. Paige, Moxley, even though I'm getting kind of a little bit tired of it, the heat and the build-up has been great. What else?
Wardlow Joe has story.
But have they done it? Have they done it justice though?
They've done it. The problem is they've done it to death. That's not. So it's not my problem. Isn't that they haven't? They're not building the stories correctly. It's like some of these stories just aren't great. They're telling stories. They're just, these stories aren't.
It's not the same focus.
They're not
as
great.
It used to be.
Yeah. Like I'm honest. I'm not super invested in a majority of the card. That's my biggest problem with. That's another big problem I have with Revolution. Like I don't care for this three-way for the women's title. Right. I don't care for this this TNT title. We've seen it before.
Right.
And I don't care who wins. I feel like Wardlow's gonna win, and I wouldn't care. I don't care. I'm not invested in another Wardlow run after what happened the last time he had the title.
Right,
so
right, absolutely.
I am invested in this, what is it called? This Iron Man match, because I feel like this has been handled very well. And I'm invested to see how their first Iron Man match will go. The tag titles, I also don't really care about. Like I said, we've seen the Gun Club and the Acclaim go at it multiple times. I don't know who the last team's going to be, but I don't think a four-way is going to change it. It could be a good match, but I don't know. The Elite versus the House of Black, it'll be a good match, but this was just kind of, that was the one match where I will agree with you, that was thrown there. Right. Like we knew it was going to happen, but it was just kind of thrown there. There wasn't really any type of build up. The lights have turned off, turned back on, and then the match was made. So
it's like AEW has, when was the last pay-per-view? November, right?
November, I believe. Yeah.
So they got 3 months in between to build up storylines and get you invested into matches for their next pay-per-view, because obviously they're so far in between. You've done a great job with Daniel and MJF, even though MJF has done the same repetitive storyline and feuds. You got to beat this guy, and then 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 you get me, that we've seen several times in AEW already. Paige and Paige and Moxley have gone for a couple of months already. I think that's been a little bit drawn out, but it's like they don't try with other things. They just kind of throw it all together last minute. Like the Elite and why do I always keep thinking I always want to call them the Dark
House
Order.
of Black.
House of Black. Why is it now 2 weeks before the show they just throw in the feud? Like they could have done this 3-4 weeks ago and actually built it up to get us invested in it. Instead of having them feud with, which
what's up?
I like AR Fox. I think he's great, but him and in Top Flight, like I don't understand it. I don't get the ideas Tony Khan has. I think he needs like story writers and a team to help him out instead of just kind of winging it on his own.
He needs a second person.
Exactly.
That's been the biggest thing. Well, yeah, he's been taking a lot on by himself, and I don't think that's been too productive for him in the thing. I think we agree on that. Yeah, this is this build up for Revolution has not been too great. So I would say, like full gear, I would even kind of say I was a little worried when we were getting into that point, but that ended up turning out to be a really good show. But Revolution, I'm not too pumped about it. I've been debating on whether I was gonna buy it the day of or what. Like it's like a $60 investment that you're getting for that, and
tax write-off.
You know, like more than likely we'll get our money's worth. Like for the matches, I'm sure we'll get good matches. But like knowing
you're not
AEW,
being sold on it though.
Exactly. Like if you had to save the money, or you could either save it or use it, you'd probably more than likely save it, because there's probably maybe 2 or 3 matches on this card that I care about. You said the same thing. I don't know Dope's opinion on it, but It feels like
I don't-
they've really dropped the ball with this pay-per-view coming up, and it's not like I said, you get it for $5 and $10 on the Peacock. You actually have to spend a good amount of money on it. So it just seems like they didn't do the proper job for it. And I feel like Dynamite has lacked these last 2 weeks. I think the cards have been pretty lackluster these last 2 weeks as well. And I get it. They're trying to build up Rampage. So it seems like the Elite have been saved for Rampage the last couple of weeks. But I don't know, man. It's just something's different with AEW.
How you guys feel about this new show coming?
You said, what have I felt about what AEW?
How you feel about? Oh, my bad. You reading the comments? My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, what AEW pay-per-view have you guys had that you were excited for the entire card? As they say, do you guys remember a card? I would say,
what was the one where Danielson and
that was All Out.
Okay,
I can't remember what year that was. That last year? No, because there was a crowd. It might have been. No.
Where's Punk and MJF, the dog collar match? When was that?
That was Revolution. That was Revolution last year.
Okay. All right.
So those two pay-per-views, I was excited for the build-up. So where I had no problem spending my money.
No, All Out last year, I was not excited for. I remember that because that was
what is it?
Yeah,
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Because All Out last year, that was the match with Swerve in Our Glory and the Acclaimed ended up stealing that show. So I think CM Punk and who was the main event for that? Hangman.
Probably Hangman.
Yeah.
Or was it Punk? I thought.
That
was the Scrum, right?
Oh, that was the Scrum.
Yes, that was Moxley, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Moxley. You're right. It was
Moxley.
Yes. Yeah, he had Paige at Double or Nothing. Yeah.
It just seems like and now we got, not to go off on a different tangent, but now we got the Jay White situation, right? He's a free agent. He's either going to WWE or AEW. People want him to go to AEW, but what makes people think that he's not going to get lost in the shuffle?
See, I've been hearing different. I've been hearing people want him to go to WWE. Yeah,
because he'll get lost in the shuffle in AEW. Don't you agree?
He lost both of them.
Yeah, I get worried about both because I don't have any faith about him going to WWE, especially after seeing how Jonah was handled.
But see, here's the thing. I get what you're saying about Jonah because like he was booked fantastic in New Japan, beat Okada, did all great things in New Japan. But whose fault was it that Jonah came back, or Bronson Reed came back with zero reaction? It was WWE's fault. They didn't build him up. He just showed up one night, returned, helped the Miz or whatever.
How would you book White to come back and get him?
You have him show up the night after WrestleMania with a smart crowd. The crowd that's gonna know who the hell he is.
Put him in the ring with either AJ Styles or Finn Balor.
You're telling me a crowd after WrestleMania? You know how those crowds are for Raw. It's not gonna react.
You know how they used to be after Raw.
I think we still get the same amount. We still get the crowd that. Well, granted, the last couple of Raws after Mania have sucked or not have been up to par like they used to be.
No, they suck. You said it.
If Jay White came out and confronted like a Balor. That the night after Mania, you don't think the crowd's gonna react to a?
It has to. I'm worried about basis because that's my thing. WWE fans, they say one thing sometimes, but then these people they get there and they just kind of there's a no reaction or something like that. I think that would be the best case scenario, putting him in front of a smart crowd that would get him introduced and make a big buzz about him. But
it's on WWE. It's not on
Jay
Jay White. It's on WWE
absolutely
to show who this guy is to get us hyped for him, which they did the opposite for Bronson Reed. Like they could have mentioned his success in New Japan,
and then they brought him with the Miz,
right? And they brought him back with the Miz to try to get him heat, which didn't work. And then they didn't really discuss anything other about him, but like where he's been and what he's done while he was gone and all this stuff. That's WWE's fault.
It's on WWE. Change his finisher too. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, it's on Jay White. And I'm sorry, it's on WWE to get us hyped and excited for Jay White. Obviously, we know who he is. We know how great he is. But Joe Blow on the street do not. So it's up to WWE to build him up to be the next star in their company. And with Triple H, and again, I know everybody talking about Vince McMahon this, Vince McMahon that. I don't think he's a part of creative. because I don't think we would see certain people get pushed if he was in creative. I do think Triple H goes to him for ideas or questions. Why wouldn't he? He's new to this thing. Vince has done it for all his life. Why wouldn't he go to Vince and ask him stuff about certain things? I don't think he plays a part in booking. Omos, who the fuck knows? How do we know that Brock didn't say, "Hey, Triple H, I want Omos"?
Still,
How do we know?
It has to make sense, though. It don't make sense.
I understand that, but they have 6 weeks or however left is it to the WrestleMania to make it make sense.
It's not.
You know how Brock is. You know how Brock has pull there.
But you can't make it make sense in 6 weeks when in 6 months he ain't done shit or been on TV.
I agree with you. I absolutely 100% agree with you. Now maybe Vince got into Triple H's ear and said, "Look, this could be something huge, something blah blah blah. Two big men, two big men slapping meat, do whatever you want to do it, however you want to say it." But I feel like because Triple H goes to Vince for advice or whatever have you, doesn't necessarily mean Vince is involved in creative. Because do you think we would have saw the stuff we saw in the men's chamber if Vince was still in charge? Bronson looking the way he did, Montez flying off the top of the chamber.
I think Triple H gets the final say, but Vince has the input. Like Vince probably pitched Brock versus Omos.
He might have
agreed to it and try to see if he can make it work.
But I just hear ranting and venting. That's all. But I feel like things could be better in both companies. Especially when you got WWE going to their big Super Bowl, and then AEW with their 3-month pay-per-views. I feel I'm a little bit worried about the direction AEW is going, and then all that Tony Khan shit with the special announcement was just a ratings ploy. We all know that. They could have did that on Twitter.
We never. The
whole access behind the scenes look on.
Are you excited about that?
No, are you?
No, it's too. They already have enough programming. And my thing with AEW before we get to SmackDown is I don't like how the lack of build-up for Ring of Honor when you're about to release Ring of Honor. Athena, all her matches have been on Dark. Why are you not promoting her? Who is the Ring of Honor champion right now?
You talking about the men's champion?
Yeah, the heavyweight champion. Who's
Claudio?
When last time?
Yeah,
Claudio had,
he's about to defend on Thursday against AR Fox.
Wait, that's Ring of Honor though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when have we seen anything from Claudio? Like,
too,
Ring of Honor
people or fans have been criticizing AEW for advertising ROH on Dynamite.
It's their show. It's their brand.
So that's what I'm also hoping for, is that now that ROH is going to finally have a weekly show, that maybe this will take some of that off of the main show, and that Dynamite can just go back to being straight Dynamite with that Dynamite roster. And that's
what it's going to be.
Move those people. Well, that's what we need to have, because this has been too bloated. There's been too many people on Dynamite, and that's been a big thing I've been complaining about past couple of months.
But why not still promote at least your champions to let them know, to remind people, hey, because you're going to have to pay for Ring of Honor. So at least
$10 a month.
At least promote your champions on your main rosters and just have them look strong. You know what I'm saying? On your main show. And like, this is what we got coming up. You can see them exclusively here on Thursday, starting whatever week. Like, people forgot Athena was really the champ. She ain't been on TV since she won it.
Yeah, they haven't done her any justice, but I do think they advertise ROH well enough to where if you are a casual viewer or a hardcore fan, you're gonna buy ROH and watch it. But they overstacked the show on Dynamite to where, like, the thing I did not like with the ROH thing, and I could be the only one, is when ROH is on the show, they totally switch everything up. The commentators change, the ring announcers change.
Like WCW
it's like a whole Raw. It's like ROH is on Dynamite, which it shouldn't be that way. Dynamite is AEW. If they want to promote ROH, that's fine. If they don't want to, they don't have to. It's not up to them for you to make you to buy it. Yeah, they should probably do some advertisement here and there for ROH, but they shouldn't overcrowd their show just for ROH. It's their B show. It's not even It's not even a major player in their company, in my opinion. Where
So when somebody gets signed to RH contract and you know they're going to be on Ring of Honor, the graphic says it doesn't say they're Honor Club or whatever. It says they're all elite, right? And it has AEW logo on the picture, right? So why not until Thursday? Why not at least put commercials out there?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Commercials or just a 1 minute ad of Excalibur just saying what's going to happen on ROH this Thursday.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for Dark talking about it tonight, I would have forgot that it was Thursday. Like it never crossed my mind that it was this Thursday. So I'm just saying they could have did a better job. And me, I'm biased towards Athena, so I feel like I hate having to watch her on Dark. So I don't like to watch Dark. You know what I'm saying? So Dark is a waste of time to me. You know, I kind of look at Dark like I look at Level Up. I watch more Main Event than Dark.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched one episode of Dark.
So, but yeah, that's AEW.
Well, one more question for you guys. What do you guys think about Jade?
I like her.
Cargill?
Yeah,
she's
getting better. Yeah, she's getting better.
But the the undefeated streak, has it gotten stale?
No. Who's gonna beat her?
I don't know. Beats me because I feel like they made that title just for Jade to keep her away from the main women. That's my opinion.
I don't know who
probably.
She's gonna at least get to 100 before she gets a loss. That's what I know.
I mean, every week it advances like by 10. Next time she wrestles, she'll be 75-0. But like, it seems like they made the TBS title just specifically for her. So this
build up been slow. They've been doing it right. They've been accurate with the numbers.
But they made the title for her to keep her away from the women like Britt Baker and Tony Storm and all them to get her into the women's title picture. Because she hasn't been involved in the women's title picture, the world title, that is.
Yeah.
At all. Zero. Nada. When she should have been already.
It's a secondhand title. I can see it.
I would like to see her. I would like to see her involved in that too, because I feel like this current world title division is kind of stale. I don't like Jamie Hayter needs some good opponents. She's had good opponents, but like the people that are up there, like that are supposed to be real threats, I like Saraya. I don't buy it. And Tony Storm was like a really good challenger, but now she's kind of on the side, like
sidekick of Saraya, holding up the L for losing.
Yeah, Saraya has been an F, man. Like, what has she done? One thing, name me two things positive that she has brought to the AEW. She hasn't really brought viewers because I mean the viewers are about the same. The matches,
she had a good pop at.
She had one good pop. That's
it.
The quality of the matches have been trash. She hasn't really done nothing to that division. I feel like they dropped the ball. Yeah, she brought spray paint back into wrestling. I mean, she hasn't done nothing. Like, she's hogging up TV time for other women. She gets more TV time than probably the best women's wrestler they have on that company is Sheeta, which is ridiculous. When's the last time Sheeta had a match on Dynamite?
She's in Japan. She just keeps going back to Japan.
Because
they have her there every once in a while, and then they're just like, no, we don't have anything. She's like, all right, bet, bye. And then they'll be like, oh, you want to come back to the show? He's like, all right.
Why waste my time in America when I'm not going to get booked or do shit other than throw a crutch in the middle of the ring? And oh my God, what side is Sheeta on? And did not do anything with it the next following week. Oh, now Saraya and Tony Storm are heels now just because the crowds are starting to chant for Britt Baker and Hayter. It just
makes merch sales. I don't think so, man. I don't think
no sense
merch sales haven't moved because of Saraya either. That's the thing, man. Saraya really hasn't done much of anything. That's why I gave her a D, man. Like,
but hey, the boss listened to her. That's all that matters, right?
I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy with AEW because I do like the show. I do like AEW. I just want to call it as it is. You know what I mean? Like, if they're doing stuff bad, I think we shouldn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, we did the same with WWE.
Should be exactly. WWE gets criticized for doing everything and anything. I feel like AEW gets passes because they're a new company. And they've been here for 3+ years now. We should treat them like every other goddamn company in the world. Impact gets shitted on. AEW should as well. I mean, it just blows my mind that AEW gets so many passes because they're quote unquote new. When they're dropping the ball with some Swerve, one of the best wrestlers they have, is in a fucking feud with Goldust. Like, what the hell? I just
Creative control.
I don't understand some of the mindset with AEW. FTR, another prime example.
So yeah, Hobbs was doing something. And
Hobbs, thank you.
Hobbs has been on dark.
Hobbs, they did that. What I was there at AEW when they did the whole backstory of Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did blah blah blah. They did nothing with that.
Yeah,
it's like, what are they doing? Hobbs is another talented guy that they have done nothing with.
Yeah, that one's disappointing.
It's a couple of them. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Miro is.
Miro, another one. We haven't seen him in almost 2 years.
Like, I feel like this will be a great time for Miro to make a comeback and get involved in something. I'm just saying. So, yeah, that's AEW in a nutshell for you. Tony, feel free to stay with us, SmackDown and the Power Rankings and
about the Sami Zayn.
We'll choosing, and even if you want to take a break and come back, it doesn't matter. How you just let me know how you want to do it.
I'm good. Let's continue.
Let's get the SmackDown. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown here. Let me get it up. So it started off, Imperium defeated Braun Strowman and Ricochet. I'm sorry. In a 6-man match, Imperium defeated Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss to start off the show. And then we had a brawl. It was followed by a brawl between Banger Bros, as Dark called them. As they tried to call themselves as well, but I guess you can't do that now because it's a PG show still. And the Viking Raiders, where the Viking Raiders were taken out by Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. LA Knight comes out. It's just crazy how LA Knight was so hot. And then they put him with Bray Wyatt, and it's just whoop. That's it. You lose the Mountain Dew match, and it's a wrap.
That'll happen when you're paired up with Bray Wyatt. I'll tell you right now.
LA Knight comes out, and he's just talking about WrestleMania moments. You can't have a WrestleMania moment in LA without LA Knight. Kofi Kingston and New Day come out, and they interrupted it. It led to a match between Kofi and LA Knight, and LA Knight ended up losing the match to Kofi Kingston, which I'm just like, the downfall continues, right? Dominic Mysterio comes out and interrupts Charlotte Flair when Charlotte was waiting on Rhea Ripley to come out. Dom came out, of course. They made a couple of comments about, Charlotte was like, I got a real she didn't say Mexican. What did she say? I got a real Hispanic. What did she say? What was the term that she used? Do y'all remember?
I don't.
Latin
remember.
Man? Latin?
Yeah, I got a real Latin man at home because Don was calling her pretty and all that, and Mamacita and all that type stuff. And then Charlotte started. Oh yeah, he's much thicker. He got a thicker accent. I was like, chill out, Charlotte. Chill out with this part. This is PG still. Chill out. Shayna Baszler. Oh, I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley did come out, and she just power walked to the ring for nothing. They went face to face. Dom pulled her back. That was the end of that. Shayna Baszler defeated Natalya. Whatever. Bray Wyatt did the Can You Keep a Secret Firefly Funhouse, and it was just all over the place. It kind of felt like I was watching the WrestleMania match with John Cena in 2020. That's what it felt like I was watching without the actual match. And then he ended it with the Black Mass, which whatever. We'll get to that. Karrion Kross defeated Rey Mysterio. Dom comes out, hits his father, pushes his father, trying his best to get Rey to fight him back. Rey just won't do it. And this is not to mention Dom had already interrupted Rey Mysterio and Santos backstage and talking noise to both of them. So maybe we get Santos versus Dom pretty soon on a SmackDown or so. The whole night, Jimmy Uso is looking for Jey Uso and saying he has to confront me in the ring, let me know what's going on, right? So Jimmy is talking in the ring, doing his promo. Sammy comes out in the hood. Sammy, I don't know why he's sneaking in the crowd. He works there. But Sammy is sneaking in in every arena with the hoodie all covered up like he's Matt Hardy attacking Edge back in the day. He rose in the ring. And they're talking, they're going back and forth. Jimmy calls Sammy selfish, because Sammy told Jimmy it hurt when Jimmy, with no hesitation, kicked his head off at the Royal Rumble and beat him down. And Jimmy called Sammy selfish, saying, "This, you the fault. You're the reason that this happened. You pulled the trigger. You had the chair in your back, and you hit Roman with it. I had to attack you because that's what family do, right?" Jay makes his appearance, and it's like Sammy I don't know what happened here. It was kind of weird. Jay shows up, the crowd reacts, they kind of look, and then they go right back into the promo like Sammy wasn't supposed to look at that time. So Sammy starts back talking real quick, and then in the midst of talking, he just randomly stops and looked like it was his first time seeing Jay, so he could get attacked. So I was like, I don't know what happened there, but that was awkward. Jimmy beats down Sammy for a little bit. Jimmy is trying to get Jay to come to the ring. Jay is now ringside, and while Jimmy is yelling at Jay, Sammy hits him with the haluva kick and runs out the ring. One Solo shows up, and Jimmy just kind of stood there. So that is SmackDown in a nutshell. What's good, John? So your thoughts?
I thought that it was just an okay show. I thought that it was really pulled together by, again, the Bloodline stuff. Like I said, they're telling a really good story. Like, it's a good consolation prize of a story that we're getting with Sami Zayn, Owens, and the Usos. Mm-hmm. So these guys really need to headline for the night one of WrestleMania. I really like that we're now getting into the meat of it with Sami and Jay over here on SmackDown, and trying to keep it what Sami everyone on Raw and a good way to maximize your viewership by taking Sammy on both shows like that. So I thought the stuff there was really, really strong. The Charlotte stuff with Rhea was kind of disappointing. You didn't really do much there. I think nothing really else is coming to mind, but I just thought it was a decent episode of SmackDown. Nothing too crazy. Get the tables. What did you think?
I agree. I think Raw and SmackDown were both mid, following that huge chamber ending
this whole week
that we got from WWE. I do like the way they're building up Rhea Ripley. They have done a really, really good job building her up to be, I think, the next champion on SmackDown. I don't think she's losing to Charlotte, but I think they've done a really, really good job with her because she's getting booed. She's getting that heel heat. I think it's going to be different when at WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania fans are going to be cheering for her to win the title, but I think they've done a really good job getting her heat, and I think Dom has helped out as well. I can't believe I'm saying that. But Dom has helped out a lot to get her that heat as well.
Shitted on Dom when he joined the Judgment Day.
I still do shit on him, but he's done a better job, man. He's gotten a lot
Dom
better.
has completely turned around in this since joining this faction. It's hilarious.
What up, John? I thought I was supposed to be earlier.
He's done a great job over there. Now, I do agree with Dark. I think SmackDown has been the must-see TV show for one simple reason, and that's the Bloodline feud.
That's it.
And I feel like they're doing such a great job with the Bloodline feud, with Sammy, with the Usos, with Roman, that I don't want to see it in. I'm curious, like, once this is over, what's going to happen on SmackDown that we're going to want to watch it every week. But I like what they're doing. And as much as I want to agree with you, Dark, about Sammy winning the belts, if there was one title on the line, have Sammy win. No doubt about it. But both of them, it would have been a waste of 900 plus days of a champion of Roman Reigns, and a waste of a championship run for Sammy, because we all know that Sammy would hold it for a week, maybe two, and he's going to drop it right back to Roman. They're not going to have him headline WrestleMania against Cody. I mean, they're not going to have that triple threat be with Sammy holding those titles. Roman Reigns is the main box office star in WWE, as much as we may want to hate to admit it. He is. And he's the big time show. He's the reason why a lot of people show up to the arenas and watch him, watch these shows. And I agree with Dark as well. With we can get so much of Cody and Paul interacting. We need to get Cody and Roman in the ring together, face to face, and it needs to happen by, I think, a week or two. I mean, I know next week he's on SmackDown to confront the Usos, so obviously you're gonna probably have to wait for Cody, but Cody needs to show up on SmackDown, or vice versa. and you need to start building up this match because you would think it's Paul Heyman versus Cody at this point at WrestleMania.
It's going, yeah.
Yeah, you need to start building up Cody and Roman. And Cody can hold himself on the mic. We've seen how great he is on the microphone. Their interactions are going to be just as good as Sammy, but WWE needs to pick it up a little bit with Cody and Roman, at least by big middle of March, because we're getting very, very close to WrestleMania. It's going to be here before we know it. And I'm curious to see how they get Kevin back into involvement in this, because he's not forgiving Sammy yet. And I'm curious to see what happens next week with Roman being on SmackDown. It's going to be interesting to see how they get. Like, how would you guys do it? If obviously the match is going to be Sammy, Kevin, and the Usos, what do you do with Jay? How do you get him to turn back on to Sammy? Like, what are you going to do? Have them tag team against each other and then Jay turns on him? Like,
I already said I would have had Jay turn on Roman a long time ago. So, because the bloodline storyline at the end of the day has always been about Roman and Jay. Nope, everybody else has just added stuff. It's been about Roman and Jay from day one. I think you have Jay turn on Roman at WrestleMania on night 2. I think that's why you need them to be once the Usos lose their titles at WrestleMania, then you have them turn. Then you have Jay finally stand up to Roman. And I think at the end of the match, also at WrestleMania in the tag team match, I think that's when you finally have Jay forgive Sammy, or just like finally just give him a hug or something, like embrace him at the end of that match too, because then you'll have known that by that point Jay is on Sammy's side, and I think that'll mean even that much more. Like, that'll be a final like period at the end of the bloodline story on that Sunday. So I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and I agree. That needs to be the main event night 1. That tag team title match. I know fans will go wild and crazy because Belair and Asuka or Charlotte and Rhea Ripley are not the main event. Woe is me. I understand your disappointment there, but the bigger match and the bigger feud right now is the Usos, Kevin, and Sammy. Like, why would you? Like, I don't understand it.
This year, I highly doubt anybody would care if the women main event either night of WrestleMania.
I don't think anybody's going to be upset that Charlotte's not main eventing again.
Yeah, that is true. I'll give you that. Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah, we'll see what they do with Jay. I know what I would do. What do you guys think is going to happen with Jay, though? Thinking like WWE, not thinking like us, thinking like WWE.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm thinking like WWE. They probably put him right back in the tag team after this is all done.
Yeah, I have no clue. And what's next for Sammy after this? Then
go on a tag team run with Owens,
with Kevin. Yeah,
and then I think long term, I think what you do is you have Sammy win Money in the Bank. I think that's long term.
I agree with that. 100%.
Have him win in London.
100% agree with you on that. Have Sammy win the Money in the Bank.
You could do that. Yeah, you could do that. So that'll be dope. But yeah, that's SmackDown in a nutshell. You guys got anything else before we go to Rampage?
I didn't watch it.
What, Rampage?
Yeah.
I saw the first match because I did want to see that matchup, and I feel like that was a good way to start Rampage. And when you're trying to get people to come back and watch Rampage, that was a good match to start with.
I agree. You need to have the downfall of Rampage, that's why we stopped doing the watch-alongs, where they were just throwaways. Like, none of the stars were on Rampage. Like, they rarely were ever on there. I'm glad AEW finally woke up, or Khan, and started to say, hey, let's put the Young Bucks, let's put Omega, let's put Moxley. I'm glad they finally woke up and they're starting to put the bigger names on the show.
Yeah.
So it's on you, Dart.
Rampage started off with hold on one second. Just let me make sure. Oh, all right. So Rampage started off this week with Aussie Open going up against the Young Bucks, which is really, really solid match. I thought that the match itself was really good. I have one problem with it, and it was that near like the climax of the match, we had 2 different times where the lights went off came back on, and then it happened a second time where the lights went off and came back on. And I thought that was really just starting to, by the second time, I thought it really just started to mess with the flow of the match, because I thought it was going at a really good speed. And then when it happened the first time, it was during a high spot with the Aussie Open. But so by the time they came back, everybody just wasn't even clapping for them and everything too. And I don't know if you guys have been following, but Aussie Open literally just went online kind of complaining that they weren't being booked properly. So this is the first big match that they've had in a while. And I was kind of rooting for them. Even if they didn't lose, even if they didn't win, I was kind of rooting for them. So for that to happen during this match, I understand that they were trying to build towards the House of Black elite match, but I thought that was kind of janky. The Young Bucks ended up getting the win after they hit a BTE trigger on Davis. This was a really, really good match, and I'd recommend you guys see it. It's playing right now on the side, so if you haven't seen it, just check that out.
I did hear it was a great match. Now, did House of Black end up coming out?
No, yes, they did. The lights at the end of the match, the lights turned off. They came back on. They were on the apron. The lights turned off again, and they came back on, and they were gone. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jeez.
Tony Storm and Willow Nightingale happened.
Oh, my girl, Willow, like her.
Yeah,
you gotta watch Rampage, Tom.
I like Willow, man. She good.
Tony Storm ended up coming away victorious. So yeah, with Ring of Honor finally coming around, hopefully we'll see more of Willow Nightingale. And Lance Archer.
Ring of Honor.
You say what?
Ring of Honor.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Ring of Honor.
I just heard you. Oh no, okay. I didn't hear that part. I just heard Willow.
Hey, Willow needs to be on Dynamite, man. Screw ROH. Put her on Dynamite, man. She's too good, man. She's underrated, in my opinion. She don't get enough praise. She's really good.
A big problem I have is I feel like they're not putting the right women over on Dynamite. That's a whole nother conversation. But I feel like they need to.
Thank you.
That match with Sky Blue and Saraya. I was thinking, why is Sky Blue the one going over in first? Like Sky Blue's made a big improvement in her time since being there. So, but that, like I said, whole nother conversation for a whole different time.
Absolutely.
Lance Archer came back after being away for a while. Lance Archer wasn't being used to the point where he went back to New Japan, competed in the G1, then competed in the Tag League tournament. Now he's finally back in AEW on Rampage. We'll see how long this lasts. This will last. He was in a throwaway jobber match where he just squashed this dude in seconds and got the win. Main event, we had Sammy Guevara going up against Action Andretti, with Garcia coming away victorious after hitting the GTH and capitalizing when the referee's back was turned. Guevara won, and also it was announced that there was going to be the casino ladder match. Is that what they call this?
Yeah.
Next week, and there's going to be Ortiz. This is off the top of my head. Ortiz, Kingston, Guevara, Action Andretti, I think one other person, and Commander are going to be in this match. And if you guys have never seen Commander, this guy is an insane high flyer. So Hobbs. Well, there you go. All right, Hobbs is in
there. I heard Commander.
A
lot of people talking about Commander on tour. Where does he wrestle at?
Right. So Commander normally wrestles in Mexico, and he's been on a lot of GCW shows. So I've seen most of his stuff from these GCW shows. He is known for just being insane.
So he's probably gonna do something crazy.
He does a lot of top rope acrobatics. He's very, very crazy. Yeah. So I think Tony Khan knew what he was doing getting this guy into this match. Max with 24 months back to back, 2 years, my guy. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
So they picked Commander over Ray then. So smart, because Ray would probably injure himself. So that's a smart move. What is this for?
I think the winner of this gets to challenge the champion at a later date.
The world champion?
Any champion. I think you get to choose who you want to face. I would assume you would go after the world champion. Joe, they did mention that Samoa Joe will be in attendance. So they're probably
he's on commentary. He's on commentary.
Yeah.
So maybe
I think the last time they did this at last year's Revolution, Wardlow won and he challenged Scorpio Sky. So
well, there you go.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to Scorpio?
Yeah, right.
Well, he was hurt.
I forgot about him.
With the injury, but I don't know no updates on him. I haven't heard anything about him.
I ain't think about that till you said that.
Yeah. That was Dynamite though. Or I'm sorry, Rampage. That was Rampage.
Okay. Any thoughts Tony, on it?
Other than I want to see that tag match because Aussie Open are awesome. They're a great tag team.
They
And
are
it's
fantastic.
It's a shame that it's weird with AEW. Like, nothing against the Acclaimed, but nobody watches the Acclaimed for their matches. They watch them for their raps, and that's no disrespect to them. But they push teams like that over FTR and Aussie Open, and
well, that's what I was hoping for.
like,
That's why I was pissed.
it.
I was pissed when I found out that what's his name, Lethal and Jarrett won. Like, I was just like, you have Aussie Open in this, and you couldn't have put them over to put that match would have been significantly better. Even if Aussie Open wasn't going to win the titles, that match would have been significantly better with them in that match. These guys are a great tag team.
They are. They absolutely are. The only thing is, like, I understand. As much as I hate it, it does kind of make sense that Lethal and Jarrett are in it because they're kind of feuding with the Acclaimed.
They have a feud with them as well. But
it does make sense, but nobody wants to see them in there.
Jarrett is getting heat too. That's the thing. Like,
it's like go away heat.
Hey, heat is heat. Shout out to Max. Appreciate the sub, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you follow Max Adam 719 if you're not doing so already on the stream. A dope streamer does the WWE 2K, eFed, and GCW, and a lot of stuff. So, man, make sure you follow my guy Max. Dope streamer out here. Rampage was cool. I just watched the opening match. That's the only thing I cared for. So the whole week was pretty much meh for me. I don't know about y'all, but
yeah,
the whole week was meh for me. So. Anything else before we get to the next thing on here?
Nah, that's it for me.
All right, well, let's get to our power rankings for the week in wrestling, and then after that, we got choosing, and we're done. Let's get into.
I was like, "What the hell just happened?" Cutaway screen.
Top 5 wrestlers.
I was like, "Am I getting an ad? What the fuck?"
Top 5 wrestlers of the week. Who want to start? Should I start, or do y'all want to start?
Is this for every company, or are we doing like
every company?
WWE?
Yeah, your favorite top 5 wrestlers.
Or just top 5 from any company. Yeah.
Yep.
For the week.
Who's starting?
I'll start. All
right.
So number 5 for me, I will. Oh man, I wasn't ready. No.
See?
Oh shoot. Number 5 for me, I will. You know what? I'm gonna kind of, since we missed a week and it was a pretty important week, I'm gonna use some of that too. So number 5 for me, I'm gonna start off by giving it to Okada for no, I don't want to do that actually. I don't want to put him at 5. I want to put good lord, it's hard. Kyrie. I'll put Kyrie at number 5 because Kyrie had a really good match against Mercedes, even though she lost. And I thought her reign was unfortunate. She had a really good. She had a good match winning the title. And I thought it was unfortunate her second match that she had at the Tokyo Dome. I still am kind of pissed off about how short that was. And people are just like, yeah, but Mercedes showed up, and that was the whole point. It's just like you still could have given her at least 15 minutes. She only got like 5 minutes in that one match at the Tokyo Dome. That was still pretty ridiculous. But her match against Mercedes was really, really dope. So I'll give her the number 5 spot, and just for being a great champion when she had it. Good inaugural champion. Number 4, I'm going to give that to Orange Cassidy. He had a really, really good match in the opener. He's been a pretty good champion so far. They're a pretty good Atlantic champion. But this match with Orange Cassidy was really dope. And those 2 orange punches that he gave to Wheeler Yuta were really nuts. They had the crowd on their feet, and they had him hook, line, and sinker near the end. Number 3, I'm going to give to Okada because Okada had a really good title retention. Now, see, this is where I fucked up. Okada had a really good title retention at what was it called? Battle in the Valley. Then he came back and had a really, really good match against Kaito Kiyomiya at the Keiji Muto retirement show in the Tokyo Dome this past week. And he's been playing a heel in that entire show, and I think that's something that we've missed from Okada. I feel like he's always been a really good wrestler, but his character has been a little bit stale. And to see him play a heel against somebody in a different company, he's been shitting on their world champion for weeks. He never showed up to the press conference. He said that company's beneath him, so he wouldn't even go to the press conference. He goes to the match and he beats this guy in 15. He beats their champion in 15 minutes, grabs his belt and leaves. And he doesn't stay after for photos, nothing. He just goes. He gets out of the Tokyo Dome as quickly as possible. So I was like, this guy's a fucking baller. Like, this is the Okada I want to see going forward. Like, I really thought that was fresh and really dope. So Okada's at the number 3 spot for me. Mercedes is going to get number 2 for me because that was a really, really good match that she had coming back after not wrestling for almost a year. She did a really, really good job coming back, and I'm excited she's got me pumped to see this title reign of hers. I'm excited to see where it's going to go, and I'm excited to see her have all these matches against all these people. I've always said that if any women could go out of WWE and go to Stardom, she was one of those people that I would want to see and do that. And now I'm going to be able to see her face Azume and Mayu Iwatani, the first 2 opponents. And that's awesome. That's going to be awesome. So I can't wait for that to happen. And big shout outs to her for the Hana Kimura gear. That was really dope. My number 1, because I screwed up on the earlier, I'm going to give it to 2 people. So number 1, I'm going to give to Sami Zayn, just based off of his efforts in Montreal, the reaction that he was getting, everything that happened around the weekend of Elimination Chamber. You don't get any of that if you don't have him, and he has been tremendous. He has been your moneymaker this year. This guy has been an invaluable asset to this company. Without the bloodline doesn't even get elevated to the way it's at without Sami Zayn. So I had to give him the number 1 spot, but I also wanted to give also the number 1 spot to Keiji Muto, who had his retirement match this week. And it was a really, really spectacular match that he had against Tetsuya Naito. It was nothing flashy, but he did it, and it was just, I would like to just how Flair went out in his retirement match in 24. It was the best case scenario for somebody that's going to retire. So hopefully he doesn't come back and wrestle again. But in wrestling, who the fuck knows? So,
right.
So shout outs to all of them. So that's my list right there.
All right, Tony, you got one, or you want me to go?
Still thinking.
You said you're going last?
I'll go last.
All right, cool. Top 5 for the week and a half, I guess, or the last 2 weeks. 5, I got Theory. Theory defended his U.S. title twice. He won an Elimination Chamber match against 5 other guys, and then he defeated Edge in Canada. I mean, that's a hot streak right there. So I'm gonna give it to Theory. Number 4, Okada. Everything you said, and heel Okada just been crazy. I started watching this because of the clips that I was seeing on Twitter, and I was like, I gotta go check this shit because Okada is going crazy right now. So it got me actually watching shows again from New Japan and all that stuff. So got to give Okada number 4. Number 3, Jey Uso. His name is the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about Jey Uso when it comes to the bloodline. What is Jey going to do? What is Jey going to do? Jey's getting the pop in the crowd just by coming through the top. Got to put Jey up there. And he's a 90 on WWE 2K. And he's 1 point higher than his brother. So
Jey Uso is?
Jey Uso is a 90.
What?
Jimmy Uso is an 89.
Crazy.
Yeah. So they finally split up the ratings between the twins, and Jey got the higher rating. So that adds. Number 2, Sami Zayn. For everything you just said about Sami, the pops, the storyline, everything. Only reason Sami's number 2 is because he lost. Honestly. So can't give him number 1 for losing. Number 1 is Mercedes Moné. She told y'all she was gonna go to a different company, and she was going to prove her worth, and she was going to do her thing. And she brought a lot of eyes to Stardom in New Japan. So Mercedes Moné, that is my top 5. It's on you, Tony.
Okay. I'll go number 5, Okada. I thought some of the stuff that I saw on Twitter made the same thing with Dope. like I'm not a big New Japan fan. I respect the work they do over there, but obviously I don't watch it as much as Dark does, and Big Willie also in the chat. I just never really got into it to where I watched it a lot, but I did see the clips of Okada. Ended up watching some of the stuff that he's done, and that dude's a savage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long he's been a heel before in his career, but this has been pretty fantastic stuff that he got going on over there. And how you got more into detail about it, it's pretty hilarious. Number 4, which I'm surprised was not on any of your power rankings, was Montez Ford. I think that man showed out at the Elimination Chamber. I think he showed a lot of people that he's not just a tag team guy, that he can be a singles champion, whether it's IC, US, or world champion in the WWE. I thought he had a great performance. He did lose, but I thought he did a great job in that match.
You know why he wasn't on my list?
Because he lost.
No, because they didn't have a follow-up with him the following night on
Okay,
Monday Night Raw.
Fair enough.
He did absolutely nothing. He wasn't there. So,
I'll give you that. This one's tough because I'm gonna go. I hate to put her on this particular spot. She probably should be higher. But again, Mercedes Moné, how do you keep her out of a top 5 list where she's proven all the haters wrong, that she's not just a WWE product, that she can go anywhere in the world and shine and grab attention to her. Her match with Kairi Sane was pretty damn good. And she's showing everyone that she can go out there and wrestle anyone and have great matches. She's improved a lot as well. She's, throwing out some new moves here and there. And like Dark said, I think it was a year since she's had her last real competitive match inside a ring. She did a really, really good job. Second, Sami Zayn. How do you deny Sami Zayn to be in the power rankings? He has helped WWE tremendously with pay-per-view buys, with SmackDown ratings being at probably one of their highest they've ever been because of him being involved with the Bloodline. His matches as well have been really, really good, and he has the fans in the palm of his hands right now. And number 1, I hate to do it, you got to go with Roman. Roman, the world champion for 900 plus days. His performance at the Elimination Chamber was absolutely fantastic. The heat that he drew on himself, the blowing the kisses to Sami Zayn, to taking Sami and talking shit to his wife. I mean, this man was just unbelievable that night against Sami Zayn. So I just have to put him at number 1. Until he loses that title, it's hard to put anyone other than him at the top of the list. But yeah, that's my power top 5.
It is. So now we got our power rankings in. It's time to my favorite part of the show. It's time to get that choosing segment going. Let's get it. All right, choosing segment. Y'all know what it is. We do the choosing segment, this or that. I give you scenarios, and you choose. You can put in the chat. You can join the show. If you want to join the show to do the choosing segment, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. Shout out to Get the Tables for joining.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me hop on.
2 Super said I'm back. My phone died. Well, appreciate you for coming back, 2 Super. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna do a couple of wrestling ones for you tonight. Which rivalry are you taking? HBK versus Undertaker or Mick Foley versus Undertaker?
Easy. Taker HBK.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
Easy.
I agree with you on that one. Which feud? Rank them in order. Triple H and Rock versus Austin versus Triple H.
Rank them? Well, Rock versus Austin is in first. You said Rock and Triple H and who else?
And then Austin versus Triple H.
Austin, Triple H?
Yeah.
I would say Rock and Triple H, and then actually, Austin Triple H had that insane 3 stages of hell match. I don't know.
That's tough, man. I think number 1 is obviously Austin and The Rock. I mean, that feud was just I mean, they main evented 3 fucking WrestleManias. I mean, how can you not have them at number 1?
I'll say that.
tough.
I'll say Austin, Triple H, and then Triple H Rock third.
Yeah, because the Triple H Rock one, I think, was more involving the 2 factions a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be that Triple H and the Rock were the main leaders of the group.
You talk about Nation and DX?
Yeah. Or you talking about the Rock or after? You talking about the Rock after he left?
I'm talking about the feud period. They went so long with theirs because it started with Rocky Maivia and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Then it started with DX. Then it went to DX and Nation. Then it went to Corporation and Rock, and then it went to Helmsley, McMahon Helmsley regime and Rock. Like they went at it a lot of times.
I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go. You said, what was it Austin and Triple H?
Austin Triple H.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Austin Triple H second, and then Rock and Triple H third.
I'm gonna take Rock Austin first, of course. I gotta go Rock and Triple H second.
That feud was longer, and I thought about it too because
IC titles, the Nation.
I'm with Big Willie. That feud just went super long,
but it was on and off.
I made a damn VHS compilation for that feud.
Yeah, hey man, I'm sorry. I think they put on more. Just thinking off the top of my head, they have more memorable moments versus Triple H and Stone Cold. Like I remember Triple H and Stone Cold being a tag team more than I remember them feuding.
Man,
outside of that one match,
Stone Cold put Triple H in a car and then lifted him up in a power lifter and dumped him 50
I don't know how's he alive. That was just gone. Like,
good question. I mean, didn't Austin fall into the river with the Rock? I mean,
right,
Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some near-death experiences in wrestling so many times when we were kids.
Thank you, Big Willie. When Triple H bashed the hell out of that casket when Rock was in there. Hey. And JR just going crazy. JR hated Triple H, dude.
Yeah, he did.
He was all type of.
I mean, do you blame him?
Those are the best compilations to find. The ones where JR's just going off on Triple H every time. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! You sadistic son of a bitch!
Yeah, dude. So yeah, that's my order. The promoter of the year between these two so far in the last 6 months, you taking Tony Khan or Triple H?
Triple H.
Between in the last year?
Last 6 months. In the last 6 months.
Oh, in the last 6 months? Triple H?
Triple H. Triple H, man.
6 months. Think about it.
What have we had in the last 6 months? We've had Elimination Chamber.
Survivor Series.
What other shows? Survivor Series.
Royal Rumble.
And SummerSlam. And Clash.
What happened at SummerSlam? Clash at the Castle.
Brock and
SummerSlam was whack. Yeah, SummerSlam was whack. Okay, but that was the last thing of Vince's.
Yeah,
I think. Look, you also got to put into play too the building and the progress WWE has made in the last 6 months. Ratings have been up. Their box office sales have been through the roof.
The pay-per-views have always been legit. The pay-per-views for WWE have all been legit. But the week-to-week TV shows have still been kind of a slog for me. That's where I would say there's a difference between AEW and WWE.
Because of the nose. Is it supposed to be Triple H because of the nose blasphemous?
No, Snowman. That Snowman is a Tony Khan reference.
Okay. I'm just looking on here. I'm not looking on Twitter.
Oh,
I just feel like the booking in AEW has been whack, and I've already explained it. There's no storyline build up except for like a few. We're not seeing people on the show anymore.
Those mid-card titles are better. That's for sure.
On Raw, it has no choice. It ain't no damn main title. That's what it has to be.
That is true. I mean, both of them have their negatives, but I think if you're thinking about the last 6 months, I think Triple H has done a way better job than Khan.
Triple H has been bringing it up. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I would say Triple H.
I'm gonna go with Triple H too. Rank these matches in order. The women's matches: Bianca and Sasha at WrestleMania, Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania, What a triple threat match at WrestleMania between Charlotte Flair, Sasha, and Becky Lynch.
It's funny how you name
My
Becky
only
Lynch.
thing, my only thing is which match to put last because
Why
both
you-
of those matches weren't great. So
Why are you putting in Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
These are the 3 matches, and everybody say are the top 3 women's matches at WrestleMania. So that's why.
those 3 matches, really?
Yes, that triple
great.
threat match was fire. I was there.
Is there no
Bianca-
other women's match at WrestleMania that people think are better?
Which match you think wasn't good?
Okay, you said
well,
Belair. You said Belair Banks.
Yeah, then Bella and
that was
Becky.
great. That was great. That's easy one. But
Yeah, that's
Belair and Lynch was mid. And
What? That is
Belair-
not what everybody was saying.
And then Lynch and Charlotte and what's his name? Ronda Rousey was.
No, not Ronda.
Oh, you said Charlotte?
Charlotte, WrestleMania
And-
32.
and Sasha.
Charlotte, Becky.
Oh,
and
is that
Sasha.
when Ric Flair got
Okay.
involved? That's the one
Oh,
where
that-
Ric
Yeah,
Flair
that's
got
the
involved.
other one in
and
Dallas. That's the other
Snoop.
one in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good match. That was actually a
Okay,
good match. So that would be second then.
Obviously, it'd be Sasha and Belair number 1.
Yeah.
So
So that triple threat would be second for me.
You got mid Lynch,
Mid-
Charlotte, and Sasha, the triple threat second, and then mid Lynch and Belair third.
It's funny you calling her mid Lynch, but the fans
You-
are
you-
ranking them.
yeah, but you obviously
Fans
know
are ranking
why,
her
right?
in 2 of the top 3
the
matches of all
the
time
Becky
in
Lynch.
WrestleMania.
It's the Becky Lynch syndrome.
It's not.
She's put in matches with
It's
far
not.
better,
He's right.
superior talent,
Yeah,
and they
it's
carry
not.
her to good matches.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, it's just
Every
it's
time, right?
facts,
Every
bro.
time.
It's just facts.
Becky's not great. Becky's not great. Becky's not
It's
great.
just
She ain't gotta be
me-
great. She ain't gotta be
Tables have
great.
been on the same thing
She
the whole
ain't gotta
time,
be
bro.
great, but y'all
It's
saying she
just-
trash.
Me and
like,
Tony
it's not
always on
that.
the same wavelength when it's about Becky Lynch, man.
It is. She's put like name the talent that you
Oh
just
hell
named.
no, Big Willie. I'm not talking about the
You just
no,
named
that's not
like
in
the
there.
top women wrestlers in the world.
And she's up there with them every time.
Oh, yeah.
You said she's the highest rated wrestler in 2K23. How is that
She
possible?
is,
That's
she
Yeah,
is.
bro. I hate that too.
That's
Like
wild,
how she
bro.
higher than Bianca, and Bianca whooped her all year.
See, now you understand why she's so mid. They can't be doing that, dope. That's
I
what
can
we're trying
name
to say.
5 women that are better than her in the WWE.
I
mean,
can name thousands
do
better
that.
than her in the world.
Right now?
In the
Okay.
world.
All right. We got Bailey, obviously. Charlotte,
Yep.
Rhea Ripley,
Yep.
right? Bianca Belair.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me see. Let me think of the last
Io.
one. And Io, yeah. Io.
There you
boom.
go. Dakota.
Dakota's
Dakota.
not better than.
Dakota's better. Yeah. Oh,
Becky
way better.
Lynch.
Absolutely.
I know she's not.
Always gets
Better than
carried.
oh my goodness.
No,
Becky
she's
Lynch
not.
is the massive carrier. She gets carried in all of her matches. She does, man. It's
She's
just,
calling most of the matches. How is she
Liv.
getting carried?
I would say Liv is better than what's her name? Becky.
Liv has stepped it up a lot.
Absolutely.
I agree with Dart. I mean,
I would say
Becky-
Carmella's better than Becky.
Oh,
actually.
okay. Let's not go that far.
Yeah,
like-
I'm going there. I'm going there.
No.
I'm doing that.
All right, well,
No,
moving
no.
on. 'Cause y'all getting out of hand now. Moving on. Prime Batista or Prime Goldberg?
Oh, Batista.
Batista.
Goldberg was just a spear and a jackhammer.
Batista.
Batista was a spine buster in the power bomb.
But Batista also gave you promos and stuff like that. Goldberg
Batista
was just,
didn't end anybody's
who's
career.
next? That is true.
There you go.
That is also true.
There you go. I'm with you. I'm taking Batista. Which crowd? Which crowd? He said Dakota is better than stop. Which crowd is better? Which wrestling crowd is better? The Canadian crowd or UK crowd?
UK.
Okay.
All right, let me see. Catching up with the comments. Batista, Dark tripping now. Yeah, Dark is tripping, man. He getting out of hand, bro.
What y'all talking about?
Out of the wrestlers that we hate, if you had to pick one to start a company, would you pick Braun Strowman or Ryback?
To start a company?
Strong.
Yes.
I would want Ryback to start the company because it would be hilarious.
Oh wow.
Ryback would just start yelling at everybody. He would just be on. Oh man, can you imagine? Oh my lord. Woo! He would be on Twitter just acting like a.
He would be calling
menace.
out Elon Musk.
Oh my god, that would be great. Oh yes, Ryback 100%. Yes.
I mean, if I want my companies to succeed, I'm gonna go Strowman.
Yeah, I'm going Braun Strowman too.
Oh, was the question to succeed or just who we want to see?
No, you the one starting the company. It's your money.
Oh, it's my money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then, yeah, bro.
No, okay.
Oh my goodness.
See, look
I
at
thought
him.
this was pure entertainment value. I didn't know that I was starting the company with
Nah,
my own
this-
money.
This
Oh,
is
boy.
your money. All right. Your company again. And you had this
Yeah,
match.
that part's important.
Yeah, this is your company again, and this is your first ever tag team championship match. Who you putting the titles on? Enzo and Cass or the Acclaim?
The Acclaimed, because of all the problems that are going to come with Enzo.
I would have to go the Acclaim because they're better wrestlers. They provide the same thing Enzo and Cass do, but they wrestle better.
Man, Enzo and Cass were so over though.
Enzo and Cass were great, but
they made a lot of money. I'm thinking like Vince now. The money.
Scissor Me Daddy, that's not gonna get you money.
It's not making more money than Enzo and Cass.
I don't know.
It's
a lot
not.
of people wearing those shirts, man. A lot of people wearing those shirts.
But the crowds
only
are just
thing about
the crowd in general
about,
is bigger in WWE than what's showing up in AEW right now.
Yeah, but this is your own company. We're not talking about WWE versus AEW. At this point, we're talking about our own company.
Well, I'm taking Enzo and Cass.
You said
they were
Acclaim
just
making
super
more money.
over.
You said 100% making more money.
The Acclaim, no, Google it.
That's what Super said.
Yeah, y'all say Enzo and Cass was making a lot of money. They was making a lot of money. That's why they was willing to deal with Enzo and his foolishness. Let's go to TV shows. Game of Thrones or Walking Dead?
Game of Thrones. Walking Dead got, oh man.
Yeah, Walking Dead just got silly after like season 4. We'll just go
man.
Game of Thrones by default.
I think I'm with y'all on that too. I think I'm Ted say neither. See, Ted was like neither USA earlier. Now he's neither on you on full-blooded American, huh?
Super, you said you've never even seen The Walking Dead? Oh well, watch up until Negan shows up and you'll be fine. That's all you need to see.
If you are the booker and you finally get this one match, who's going over if you had the pen in your hand? Undertaker or Sting?
Ooh. Taker.
Is this like a WrestleMania match that we're booking or what? Just
Are you
match?
also is it when Sting was in like his like
This is Undertaker and Sting. You can put Prime versus Prime. You can put Legend versus Legend. However you want to do it. It's Sting versus Taker. No matter how you break it down.
when
You got the
Sting was
pen in your
when
hand.
Sting is in his highest.
This is one match. You only got one
This is
opportunity.
This is Crow Sting, right? Crow Sting. Not
Whichever Sting you want to do. It doesn't matter. Your best version of Sting versus
Joker
your best
Sting.
version.
no. Jesus.
I would have Sting go over personally. I would give Sting the win. If it's not at Mania, I would have Sting go over first and then maybe set up a rematch later down the road.
Yeah, if it's at Mania, you gotta go Taker.
But
If
one
it's at
match.
Mania, then if it's just the one match,
You
then
just
I
got
would have
one match.
Sting go over.
You're booked for one match.
Man, that's tough.
I'd be
I'm
comfortable giving it to.
I think
Taker.
I'm gonna go Taker.
I'm in Sting.
Ooh, I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I like Sting, man, but I gotta give it to Taker. The man that size can do what Sting does, flying over the top rope and all that. His character is just
It's a damn shame we never got that match.
yeah. Instead, we got the NWO coming to help Sting, which Sting was the biggest rivalry for the NWO.
Who did Taker face at WrestleMania?
Bray Wyatt.
No, Triple
Oh,
H. Oh,
No,
Undertaker.
Sting
Yeah,
fought
yeah,
Triple H.
no,
Yeah.
Taker. Yeah.
Oh, for
You're right.
fuck's sake, man.
This fool say I'm putting
And
Willow
he
over
should
both.
have. That was the year after he lost to Lesnar. He should have lost to Bray. That's man, Bray.
No, Taker should have lost. You know who Taker should have lost to? Taker should have lost to Randy Orton.
At
No.
WrestleMania 21. Wow. That's interesting. That's an interesting take.
Really?
Yeah. Look at how over, because Randy Orton was so over at the time, and the talent that he was at that time, the feud was so good. I think Randy Orton was, and even Taker admitted. Taker said he should have won it too.
No, Taker said he should have lost to Roman.
No, Taker said that I think Taker went to
He did
Vince.
lose to Roman.
Taker
No, I'm
went
saying
to,
Roman should have been the one to break his streak.
No,
That's what he wanted.
He went to take. I think there's a story going around, or Randy said a story once that Taker wanted him to win it, and Randy Orton didn't want to do it.
Because he's smart. He's a man of the people.
But I think Randy at that time should have won.
A lot of people didn't want to lose to Taker at Mania. Like Punk had the same option. Like you wanted Punk to take away his undefeated streak, and Punk didn't want to take it either.
So which match was better, CM Punk versus Taker or Randy Orton versus Taker?
Punk.
Punk's
match at 29 was the lone good match on that entire show.
Well, oh man,
Randy Orton match.
I think we're sleeping on that Randy Orton Taker match.
You are sleeping on that match.
The false.
That's like one of my favorite Randy.
No,
matches.
I'm not saying that match was bad.
Was good,
that was
man.
the choke slam into the RKO was a really dope.
That was
spot.
prime Orton too, man.
Yeah,
that was prime Orton. I'm a Punk lover, as you can see. I'm wearing a freaking Punk hat. I'm gonna have to go Randy and Taker. That was a good match. Both of them were great.
Yeah, I'm still taking.
And I agree with Dark. The Taker and Punk was probably the best match on that card.
It was. It wasn't even close. Yeah, it wasn't even close on that card. It wasn't even close. I think that was the last one I got. Ted said 100% Randy Taker. Let me make sure on my list, make sure I ain't got no extra ones. Because I kind of did separate ones. It was the same ones like food and all that stuff from the other week. We did that on the sports talk with Tony Tuesday. And then Dark, we did that the last time we was live. Let me ask you this, Tony. Topanga from Boy Meets World or Kelly from Saved by the Bell?
Oh Kelly boy. Kapowski?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You say from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, Kelly or Topanga. So we doing Boy Meets World versus Saved by the Bell again.
This was a hard one. This is what I say. I said if you asked that last week, I'd be in trouble because man, good lord, bro, that's impossible. That's an impossible question.
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
This is what it's about, my guy. These are too easy. Y'all answer those other ones too fast. So I'm like, I gotta throw an extra one out there.
I think Topanga, man. Topanga.
I think I'm going with Topanga too.
I don't know. Now I might. Kelly was really.
Oh, Kelly, yeah.
Kelly was.
Did y'all see Kelly? Did y'all see that movie, Ladies Man? That Kelly was in. Yeah, yeah. Different.
Are we talking about of them how they look now? Or are we talking about like when they were on the show?
Whenever you want to take them. Of age. We now are Kelly. Let me say that. Yeah, hold on. How about that? Of age. Hold on.
I think I'm still going Topanga.
Oh,
shit.
Topanga. Oh, man. And Topanga's a wrestling fan too, so you could just.
Yeah,
this is how she got over last time when it should have been Myra.
Oh my goodness.
That's tough though, but yeah, Topanga.
Dark, come on, Dark. You gotta answer this.
I hate these questions.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm gonna stick with Topanga, but this one was hard.
Well, Topanga got a chokehold on the community, boy.
She does, man.
God, Kelly, Kelly almost took her out. Good lord.
Topanga got a legit chokehold on the community here, man. We gotta find somebody to beat Topanga now because she seems to be the champ.
Good luck.
Look, I'm trying to think. I'll find somebody. I'll find somebody. I might have to put her up against some wrestlers. We might do Topanga versus Trish or something like that.
Oh man, that's not fair.
That's not even fair. I was gonna say
that's not fair.
I'm just saying somebody got to get Topanga back.
I mean, we've seen Trish barely almost wearing any damn clothes. I mean, Topanga's been respectable, you know.
Big Willie said Winnie Cooper.
Winnie Cooper.
I'm gonna have to Google her.
What show was she on?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google that.
Wonder Years.
No, really? That her?
Oh, he said, "Ooh, what that mean?" Jay Cross said more in the choke. Yeah, she got a
JC Jane,
a
man.
figure 4 headlock on the community. Let me say that.
Say Gigi?
Jay
Oh
Cross.
my goodness. We're going
Oh,
down
you
a
talking about
dangerous path.
Gigi or Nikita Lyons? That's what you trying to go?
Nah, it's JC Jane. Better than Gigi.
I'll match
What?
JC. No,
Who said
no,
that?
No, no,
Who said
no,
that?
No, that's Tony.
Who said that? Tony,
No,
get out of
no,
here. You've
no.
been on the show too long.
Dude.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Winnie Cooper?
A more equal matchup would be JC versus like Indy Hartwell or something.
Oh man,
That's good. That's appropriate.
Yeah, see?
Disrespect. All right, how about this one for you guys? This one's interesting. Mercedes Moné or Bianca Belair?
Bianca all day. Ain't no hesitation. Stop playing with me. I am a Bianca stan. You can't tell me.
After what? Last week? Oh my goodness, absolutely.
Look.
Yeah, man, she
Mrs. Dope. No, I love Bianca.
She be flying a lot more lately.
Yeah, dude. She can stay the champ. So now if you would have said like you mix in like a Kaden Carter and a Naomi and Bianca, then now we got a little battle here. But and I'm probably still picking Bianca. Naomi blocked me my main page on Twitter.
Damn.
I told y'all that like years ago, right? Like when Total Divas was hot. I don't even know. I haven't even tweeted her. I was like, how I get blocked?
It happened with me with CM Punk. CM Punk blocked me on my main Twitter. I don't know
Bruh.
what the hell I said to him.
Hey, how did you get blocked?
I don't know, man. I'm a fan of his and I got blocked. I don't even know what
Yeah,
the
'cause
hell
I'm like,
I said.
yo, I said I never tweeted you from this page. I've always tweeted you from the dope content page and never got banned or blocked from there. But I just randomly checked.
Who's blocked by Ryback?
I tried to, man. He wouldn't block me.
I think he blocked
I
me.
tried. I definitely tried.
Seems like everyone's blocked by Ryback these days.
I might be blocked now. I'm blocked by JD from NY.
Oh, of course. That dude blocks everybody. You have
So-
one difference of opinion on whatever he says, you're blocked. Boom.
At the
Yeah.
time, Dope was actually commenting in on his overlay.
I was actually giving him like
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I was like, that is hilarious.
for one. He said JBL blocked me with and Chavo. Dang.
Damn, Chavo.
How you get
You
blocked by
must have
Chavo? Yeah, right. He said Robert won't block me either. Yeah, I tried, bro. Like I added him so many times and it just won't happen. So appreciate everybody coming through. This is why this is the favorite part, my favorite part of the show, because everybody get to talking here. Like everybody started coming in with stories and comments and all this. So
This
This
just
is
sounds
what
like a rite of passage to be blocked right back. Man, I haven't passed that rite of passage yet, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
really.
I'm saying. So dude, we
You
trying
know
to
you
get
made
there.
it when you're blocked by Ryback.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
We still aren't at that level of success yet.
Yeah.
That is the goal. The first person gets blocked by Robert, I'll make a personal title and send it to you.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll do that. Shoot.
Oh,
you know,
shoot.
and it'll be like some, it'll be a little heavy title, whatever. Put your name on it. I was blocked by Robert champion. So,
Oh shoot.
yeah, see, Willie ain't got blocked by Robert either.
Damn,
So
damn.
I got blocked by Hill Josh.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Golly.
He
So-
blocked me too. He
Oh, really? When that happened? Why? You was actually, and I'm
Because my mods blocked him from the channel, and he blocked me. So
oh damn.
you got butthurt over it. I don't give a fuck. That dude's a whole different story.
Yeah,
Stuff we can't even mention here on Twitch. But
right.
if you know, you know. Is all I gotta say about that.
Mm-hmm.
You said, have you ever been blocked? Teddy Long was blocking everybody. It wasn't Teddy. Somebody hacked Teddy and just
Somebody
started
hacked
blocking.
Teddy's account. Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy too nice of a guy to block anybody. That
Teddy
dude
was so
mental
yeah.
health.
People were concerned actually that they were being blocked by Teddy.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's
that was
hilarious.
funny. Oh, man.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody coming through. I'll let y'all promote whatever you got to promote before we get off.
JWA this week with me and Max. Make sure to come and check that out. We just did an episode. We are gonna get as close to our next pay-per-view as we can. I'm not sure if I'm buying 2K23 yet.
I'm not in a hurry.
War Game. I know War Games is gonna be on it, and they have that new pin system, but I don't know yet. Because I'm either gonna buy 2K23 or I'm just gonna try and mod the crap out of 2K22. I might just try and figure that out, but
Well,
we'll
Mod
see.
it as in what, like mod a elimination, not elimination.
see, you know what I think is gonna happen?
4 games cage into your
Yeah,
Oh,
you
not
can do
like
that?
well, there's people
They
out
will
there
do
that are
it.
doing crazy stuff. Yeah, it's possible.
and I'm
How
in
do
the
you do that,
PW
though?
Mods Discord now.
Oh, you're in there now?
Yes, because
Yeah.
my next 2K game is gonna be on PC.
Mm.
Because
Well,
I'm
how
tired
do
of
you
I'm
do
tired of
that?
being
Like,
limited.
Is there things you download for that game?
They
Yes.
yeah, we can get into it out.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I got you.
But there's programs, but yeah, like so we're thinking about it, but yeah, JWA, we've got custom entrance themes and stuff like that for each of the wrestlers, so make sure to come by, and then we'll be back with Budget Cut next Sunday. So that's about it for me.
Well, you know what next Sunday is, though, right?
Oh, Revolution.
Is it Sunday or
Is it, no, it's
Sunday?
on. Is it on a
It's on
Saturday? or
Sunday. It's on Sunday.
Oh,
It's on the
ooh.
5th?
On
Oh
the
wow.
5th.
Shoot.
Ooh,
Wow.
that changes some stuff. I'm gonna have to
I
make
thought it
some.
was on the
Oh,
Gonna
okay.
free up your Monday morning. Get that extra sleep. You ain't going to bed till after midnight.
For the
Yeah.
15-hour pay-per-view.
Golly, bro.
Tony, what
Yes,
you
sir.
got?
You said watch along and then podcast. No, if we do a watch
Nah,
along,
boy,
that's
hell
it.
nah.
That's
Yeah,
it. There's no 2-for-1 here
You'll
now.
be going in till 7 a.m.
You better tip both of us $100 for that.
Really? Nah, it'd be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You drop some money. What you be?
We'll be live tomorrow for Raw. If you guys want to hang out with us for Monday Night Raw, we'll also be doing a Wednesday Dynamite show. We'll be live for SmackDown. We'll be live for AEW. Maybe we can collab with these guys if they're not busy.
I was gonna say Willie said that if we do a watch along, he'd be down to come in
There
too.
you go.
So
There
that'd
you
be
go.
something, yeah.
But yeah, just drop us a follow. I get the tables, and we'll love to have you guys. I appreciate Dope and Dark letting me jump on here, do my little rants and hanging out with you guys. It's been too long, so I appreciate it.
It's been a minute, man. He said, "Do you guys think Omega actually leaves AEW?" Who knows at this point? I don't even say. I don't put nothing past nothing no more. Once Cody left and came back, I was like, okay.
Anything
long
is
as he-
possible.
As long as he finishes whatever he's doing with Will Ospreay, that's all I care about. Because I really want them to do something again at Forbidden Door. So that's what I'm hoping for. So
Yeah,
Well, luckily for you, I think they said Forbidden Doors like in June or July, so his contract
I
won't be up by
might
then.
actually consider buying tickets to that show. I don't know. It depends on if it's
Where
in the
is
East
it?
Coast. I don't know. They haven't announced it yet, but if it's in the East Coast, I might buy tickets to it. I just hope I just kind of hope they don't do it in Chicago. I mean, they've done enough shows in
No,
Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, every pay-per-view's in damn Chicago.
Well, CM Punk is not there right now, so I doubt it.
Jeez, Chicago gets everything.
Yeah, that was more of a CM Punk factor right there. But this week I'm my studio guy hurry up and send me the damn video. I'm trying to get this video edited from the podcast I recorded yesterday, music entertainment podcast. I think it's gonna be one of the dopest ones I've done. So hopefully that'll be loaded up this week. Other than that, I don't really plan nothing else. I normally do like Fridays. I try to hop on Fridays, do SmackDown and bonus matches. No promises, but Fridays might happen. I was about to say budget cut, but we got the AEW pay-per-view, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I ain't gonna say it on stream, but yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next week. How we do it, if we do the watch along or not. And then, yeah, if we don't do the watch along or a stream next week, trust me, I'm gonna come with some real heavy hitters for the next choosing segment. I just want y'all to know I made this one. This one's a little too easy because I did it last minute, but I owe Dark because he had a pretty easy one last time. Actually, no, Dark kind of struggled last time. We both did.
I struggled. I was gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we struggled last time. Tony might have had the easy one on Tuesday.
Man.
Yeah.
Dope calls this choosing. I call this torture. This is what this is.
Yeah, I think Tuesday was a bit easier. Yeah.
Okay, so I got to come up with one for you there Tuesday there. Yeah, so yeah, Tuesday we do have our show Tuesdays. Dope Sports Podcast Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 noon Eastern. Yeah.
Expect the Mavs rant.
Oh yeah, because Jason Kidd is pissing me off.
No,
but yeah, it's just You see, I almost went there just now because I was about to get into it. So let's just go ahead and end the show. Shout out to everybody for coming through, man. Much love to y'all. If y'all got some things you want to add to the choosing segment, let me know. Hit me up on whatever you follow me on, and I might add some of your questions to it as well. Dark, if you got some, Tony, if you got some, let me know. We can add them to each show. It doesn't matter. I'm all for it.
If you guys are in our Discords, go ahead and send any questions there, and we can add them for the next show too. So
yeah, so much love to y'all. Y'all be safe. We are out.
Peace out.